Welcome, friends. I am Jain Khalkar, Chairman of Navi Mumbai IMC Committee. I welcome you all for this third session of GST Pathshala. Today, the topic is very special. It is completely focused on the travel, tourism, and the transportation kind of industry. I believe, there are a number of questions and number of ideas people are having in mind, and some of the issues which are people are facing, the transporters, owners, and other people are facing. So today they will be answered in a proper manner. We have got with us Mr. Natarajan, who is a assistant commissioner, retired, and he is very much in this particular line for so many years, and he has conducted so many workshops of earlier during his tenure as a officer in charge, as well as now after this. So he's a consultant, and we always welcome that number of questions and number of suggestions are to be put forth earlier, so that at IMC we can scan it and make a proper proposal, and he can also prepare himself. So extempore questions are also welcome. And here I hand over to Mr. Natarajan. I think today's topic is also very relevant, and it is ongoing. We have got some more topics to be suggested for this particular Pathshala, as some of the suggestions from my side also. I'm just keeping it to making it open. Like people are talking about nowadays tariff war all over, and any connection with tariff and the GST. That is one of the topic we wanted to address it at proper times. And there is another issue, like for me, a manufacturer, HSN code. HSN code and GST with respect to IGST, SGST. Then there are some defense items when the this code becomes sometimes problematic to apply. So these are 2-3 sessions topics we are likely to take up, and one more with tariffs and the state reaction, and then yeah. And with respect to from the manufacturing sector, what is the tax audit, when normally they are taken, what are the preparation one has to do. So these are the 2-3 topics which I am just listing it to him. It is his prerogative to make a kind of a schedule and put it as a chapter wise. And I think everybody should take advantage of this. Thank you very much, and go ahead. Best of luck.
Thank you, Adilkarji. And good afternoon, friends. Welcome to each one of you. Today, as Sir has already mentioned, I'll be tackling the challenges faced by the travel and tourism industry, be it the travel agents, be it the tour operators, be it rent-a-cab service providers. So basically, it's going to be a interactive session only. We have received quite a few questions, because when we need to tackle challenges, it is imperative that we discuss across the table. So this is going to be a more of a interactive session rather than a long briefing. So initially I will take it. We also have the advantage of my one more colleague. Of course, I cannot show him on screen. I have specifically invited him. He is a learned retired assistant commissioner, sharing my name, Anand Raoji. And though I cannot show him, I welcome him to this session too.
Thank you.
Now, as you are all, most of the audience here are members of the Enterprising Travel Agents Association, and maybe some other associations too. So I need not reiterate the point that travel and tourism industry in India is one of the largest service industries. Now we have, especially after COVID, you have seen that no individual person or a family wants to save. They don't respect the old adage which says, save for a rainy day. Nowadays, everybody wants to spend, and when spending, they want to enjoy. not only the beauty of our own country, our own continent, but different continents too. Now, the importance of this particular industry lies in the fact that it's an instrument for economic development and, most importantly, generation of employment opportunities. Now, if you take the industry as a whole, a large segment of the persons or people, as they are known in GST parlance, they are the travel agents, the tour operators, rent-a-cab service providers. They are directly or indirectly involved in this industry, and that too in the organized and unorganized sector. So first of all, I must congratulate you all the participants, since you are one of the backbones of the Indian economy. Now, the generation of my age will vouch for the fact that 30 or 40 years ago, travel used to be very negligible. Now, either a family used to travel on tours, or maybe on a yearly basis, or maybe once in 2 years, take the LTC and go. But what used to happen in those days is the head of the family had to do everything. He had to book the tickets, train, airline was a luxury. You must not deny that. And not only that, maximum book the hotels. That he could do by, because the phone number used to be available from the papers or something they used to. But what about other things? There were no rent-a-cabs and all. You would go to the station and then find a tangawala or a taxi, and then. So by doing so, the success of the tour was not guaranteed, because one didn't know कि मैं अगर पंजाब जाऊं तो is it the right time? Is it seasonal time? We didn't know. We just took a hunch and used to go for those tours. I also used to remember my mother used to carry food for the entire travel in large tiffin carriers. And she used to make me and my brother carry bedding material for the train. So this was very difficult. So travel used to happen very less. Now jump 40 years hence. What a transformation. We just need to pay and relax and enjoy the tourism package. That is it, the tour package. Now, who does this? How does the success depend upon the tour, whether it is fantastic or not? It is all because of the meticulous efforts, tremendous efforts put by the travel agents or tour operator, or if you have booked the car fellow as a standalone service, it depends upon their efforts. Now, if we expect these gentlemen or ladies to work for the betterment of the tourists, is it not necessary for the government to take care of them in terms of, say, rules and the acts and whatever procedures they have to go through? It is imperative and the duty of the tourism ministry, as far as GST is concerned, to coordinate with the Ministry of Finance and see that at least taxes are rationalized, compliances are less, the compliances are less cumbersome. So looking into that, the Enterprising Travel Agents Association has requested IMC to take a session on the challenges facing the travel and tourism industry. Now, when I say TNT, travel and tourism, I also include the tour package service providers, the rent-a-cab providers, and the travel agents per se. One thing, before I really go on to call everybody who have submitted questions, I must confess that as an ex-departmental officer, I was not aware that so many challenges face this particular sector. Now, what has prompted that unawareness in me? 1/7/2017, the GST Act came into force and its rules. Since then, Hundreds of notifications and circulars have been issued, but only a handful, I may say a few, relate to the travel and tourism industry. So I always felt that was very smooth. जहां बच्चा दूध के लिए आवाज नहीं करता है, यही मानती है माँ कि उसका पेट भरा हुआ है. But now, with the type of questions that I have received, I really can visualize the challenges faced by the travel and tourism industry. So I once again welcome you all the participants, to this informative session on the sector that I'm talking about. And I hope I will be able to, with the help of Anand Rao sir, who is a bit senior to me, and solve all the problems satisfactorily today. In case we are not able to answer, if it's a detailed thing, then we will certainly keep the query in mind and answer in a day or so. So, without much ado, let us proceed to the interactive session. Thank you. Jai Hind. Now, we have received a lot of questions. So initially we will in writing. So those questions we will take it up, and thereafter we will go to the impromptu questions. If we, as a result of another question, if you have a question, as a result of any answer you have a question, we will definitely take it up. We will end it by 5:30. So we have enough time to take up impromptu questions too. So let me start. You can even interrupt me if I am reading the question wrong. Okay, doesn't mean that I could be correct. I have just opening my this one. There are separate questions related to all the fields, so we will take one by one. First question was, can we take input credit? It is written, can we take input? I assume it is input credit on the inward supplies mentioned by me, or that is the questioner. He says the description. First of all, most of your questions say HSN. Now, HSN is Harmonized System of Nomenclature. That is for products and goods. So forget, you are a service industry. So it is SAC, Service Access Code, which is very important for you, and not the HSN. Okay. Unless in an industry, if you're also transporting goods along with that, for example, maintenance of an air conditioner also involves movement of goods like a blower and all. So in that case, HSN is important while making the e-way bill. Otherwise, no. For you, this Service Access Code, SAC in short, is very important for you. So he asked whether hotel room falling under this, and hall rental falling under this is. The place of supply is in Delhi, and he has given the taxable rate and taxable value and the amount involved and the invoice number and all. Now, if you are an agent, I assume that you are an agent situated in Maharashtra. There are and I assume that this is for a tour package. So for a tour package, you have 3 different modes of paying the tax. One is you cannot take input tax credit at all. So that is 5%, right? Now, since your question is whether I can take credit, I assume that you're paying this, you're adopting the second option of paying 18% on the entire tour package. Okay. So 18% ITC is a lot, but the only problem or a very peculiar thing of your industry is the place of supply sometimes hits your industry. For example, you may be a tour agent or a travel agent sitting in Mumbai, and somebody in Maharashtra wants to go to Himachal and all. And he says, ठीक है, hotel का bill मेरे आप कर लो, I will reimburse you the amount. That is, now the hotel in Himachal will not pay IGST because your GST number is in Maharashtra. Because there are something called the place of supply. See, time of supply is there, value of supply is there. That is very easy. But the place of supply, we cannot go to the state acts or the central acts. We need to go to the IGST, Integrated Tax Act, for that. So there are various situations, intrastate, interstate, when both the persons are in India, when one is outside and all. So we need not go to that. So in that, there are certain deemed place of supplies. For example, if it's a hotel or a boat or something, vessel, and if it's stationed in Delhi, immovable property तो ठीक है, boat भी हिलता है ना, but if it is stationed in Delhi, that gentleman who owns the vessel will take a registration there and pay C plus S. अगर Delhi है तो Delhi GST plus central GST. Now, as you know, many of you must be doing export supplies, export of services. As per the general agreement on trades and tariffs, a tax of a particular country cannot cross the frontiers of that particular country. That is why the government has said either you pay tax and take the tax from us, or use a mechanism called the letter of undertaking. Similarly, a tax of a particular state cannot travel beyond the frontiers of that particular state in its form. So if it has to travel, there is a mechanism, there is a medium called the integrated tax. So when I bill a particular supply to my recipient in Delhi, I can pay IGST. But there are certain services which are deemed to be supplied in that state itself. So suppose I own a hotel and you come visiting me, and even though you give me, and you are from say Punjab, even you give me your GST number, I cannot give you a IGST, this one. I have to give you a C plus S. Maharashtra, if I am in Maharashtra, Maharashtra. If I am in Tamil Nadu, Tamil Nadu GST. So let us say it as GST plus central GST. So that credit you will not be able to take. Previously, people used to ask the authority, but now, abhi 8 day when you download, it comes places out of supply, so out of place of supply, so you cannot take. So it will show the difference in the 9 if you have taken. So in this case, I know that you are doing event management service, sir. You are saying that the event is in Maharashtra and the value and the tax component 18% is perfectly correct. But these two, because hall rentals also, where C plus S starts. Suppose if the hotel or the hall rental fellow gives you an I, Section 262 allows you to take credit. The auditor or your range officer or your consultant or the anti-evasion vigilance cannot object to that, because Section 262 allows you to take whatever you are paid, charged by your supplier. So if he makes a mistake, he is going to get caught. See, especially hotel mein there is no problem, but hall rental, if it is in relation to an exhibition, then he can give you an IGST invoice. So situations, now in this query, I do not know the situation, but my answer is you cannot take the input credit, since the tax paid will be Delhi plus central GST, Delhi GST plus CGST. So it is a strict no, sir. Even if you take and suppose there is no balance, and then interest would be liable. If not, at least a penalty would be liable. So let us not, that is our opinion, sir. And B part is, can we invoice to client on mentioned HSN outward supply? And you have said the 99, 85, 96, you have put it in support services to tours. No, sir. And you have written event management service. Event management is a separate heading by itself, which comes under 9983. It comes under miscellaneous services, kuch likha hai usme. I have the tariff also here. So you cannot put that heading, but mere putting wrong heading does not mean he will not get ITC or you will not be charged the tax. You have shown the tax. So this is the answer to the first question raised. If the honorable gentleman or lady is there, they can always contact the coordinator, and if they have a doubt, we will come back at the end of the session or on a direct messaging basis. I can do it. I think the same gentleman has said, can we invoice to our clients with the same SSC? Wherever HSN is there, I am replacing it as SSC. Spell check में मैं change कर दिया, सोचिए. On different rates, for that is 5% GST on total value or 18% of mark value. Definitely, there is nothing barring in the act or rule saying that the invoice should contain only one. If you're also a trader of a product and also a travel agent, you can have the goods as well as services going. There is no problem. So same invoice, yes. Different rates, yes. For a particular person, you may be taking full tour package price. For a particular person, if the hotel and the airline has given direct invoice to your client, you can just pay 18% on the markup. Now, as far as your answer, I have answered your question. As far as ITC is concerned, since these two supplies are there, as I said, 5% is without ITC. Okay, unless it is in the same line of business, which I will come, somebody has asked that question. So you are not supposed to avail ITC at all. On 18% where you are paying on your markup, definitely we can definitely avail ITC. That is, nothing debars you from availing ITC. Now what happens when there is a common input service? Common goods is going to be very rare in your industry. But common input service होगा तो क्या है? आपने एक ही सीए को अपना बैलेंस शीट बनाने देते हैं. Computers वही यूज होता है for booking the tour package also and booking that markup this client also. So you need to work out. In the same way, you have to go back to section 17, which talks about apportionment of credits, read with rule 42 in your case. 43 is again, it is capital goods, so it may or it may not come. I don't say it may not come. If suppose machinery you are using to give this particular service, forget it. Let's not talk about it now. But 42 के साथ आपको एक proportion, there is a formula given in the rule, you have to reverse it on a monthly basis. If you go to the notification, it says that you have to reverse. And it says in accordance with section 17. So whatever common services are there, if you have made a sale of say 3 crores in a particular month and 2 crores is exclusive tour package and 1 crore is this markup value, then suppose and the credit involved in that particular month, suppose your tax consultant has given you a bill of 10,000. So 2 crores by day, so it has to be divided by 3 into 2, you will have to reverse. That is no great rocket science in that. So, but that has to be careful. When you pay 2 different rates, you must understand, if possible, you can take credits exclusively going into the 5%. Do not take that credit and going directly into 18. Suppose you have appointed 2 CAs or 2 manpower consultancy. One will deal only with tour package sitting in my Belapur office. And 2 manpower employees are sitting in my Washi office. Washi does only markup. And this, then, you know, that consultant, that manpower agency will give you the bill for 2, that 18% GST, that is not to be taken at all. Only the situation which I talked was common credits, which you are not at the starting of your financial year able to know that whether it will be used in this or not. So that is there. You have given 2 different, this one. Second one, you have said for tour operator services, cab service package, you have said 99, 85, 55. Ideally, it should be 52, sir. 55 is not for that. So ideally, if you can put 52, then you can definitely charge 5% for a particular tour, entire tour package, and 18% where only a markup is there. Now we come to the third question. Can tour operator avail the ITC on food and beverages if he sells the service to his clients and bill to client on a GST 18% on gross value. Now, since you have adopted 18%, so it is very clear that you can avail ITC per se. But then ITC, whenever you want to avail, you have to think about two sections, section 16 and section 17. Now, section 16 says कि आप किस पोजीशन में सिचुएशन में आप ले सकते हैं कि इनवॉइस चाहिए, सर्विस मिलना चाहिए, पैसा भर देना चाहिए, वो सब है. तो let us not go to 16. If you are not following that, वो तो वैसे भी आपको नहीं मिलेगा. Let's come to 17, which talks about apportionment and block credits. Apportionment is what I talked previously. Now, block credits, there are certain things. Now, if you find food and beverage is certainly block credit, and I assume that you have received this service as a standalone supply. Okay, you are charging, you have not told what is your outward supply. Suppose, let us say I'm going out of this and saying, suppose you are arranging an event and you are charging 18% to your client, say for Reliance you are arranging, you are an event manager. And there, the 2.5% का आपको food का है, because नीता अंबानी मैडम says, भैया आप जो भी देते हो खाना भी दे दो सब participants को, वो भी आपका काम है. Now, if it is a standalone, if you approach Navratna, see, I'm a resident of Vashi, so I'm taking all examples of Vashi only. I am loyal to the particular place. So, Navratna se maine khana liya, so obviously he is going to charge me 2.5%. Now, that is certainly a block credit. You cannot take. Suppose it comes as a mixed supply or a composite supply, then you can take it. Because your contract with Neetaji is that you will organize the event and food also will be supplied. Okay. Now I am not talking of outdoor catering, क्योंकि यहाँ वहाँ स्थल पे अगर खाना अरेंज किया तो वो तो अठारह है, वो तो क्रेडिट मिलता है. लेकिन ये जो है 2.5% और 2.5 is only for food and beverage service given by a standalone restaurant, और जो घर से गृहिणी बनाती है या कोई क्लाउड किचन से आता है. So this you cannot have. But if you have a mixed supply, if the person gives you a manpower consultancy, for example, for you are an event management operator, but you don't have the requisite personnel. So you say, यार आपके 10 आदमी लोग दे दो और आप खाना भी बनाते हो क्या? बोलता है हाँ साहब मैं खाना भी बना लेता हूँ, आप खाना भी दीजिए मुझे. So in that case, even if he shows in the invoice 99% composite supply में उसको खाने पे 18% भरना पड़ेगा, because manpower main is supply of manpower. But then if he does it, दो माने एक ही इनवॉइस में दोनों दिखाता है 18% and food and beverage 2.0, you will be able to take it because it has come to you as a composite supply or a mixed supply. Composite supply is when he pays 18% on the entire bill, even though he shows food and beverage, he shows supply of 10 personnel to your event and pays totally 18, to aapko mila hai because that is a composite supply. And if it's a mixed supply, because he is able to clearly say कि बावर्ची का खाना बनाने का साथ जो खाना देता हूँ उसका ही cost इतना ही है, then that becomes a mixed supply. Even then the credit is allowed. So I hope that I have answered your question. Vote, please. Now, the next is GST applicable specifically to travel agent services like on air tickets and packages, tours. I hope I am audible. Selvi, who is the coordinator there?
Yes, sir. You're perfectly audible.
Okay. Then the second point raised by him is HSN codes. Let us say it as SCC codes and input credit available to the travel agents on the above services like air tickets and package tours. Tour packages, the department or the board of indirect taxes and customs and the GST council has given you 3 ways of paying the tax. Either 5% I said without ITC, 18% on full value, or if direct billing hai, so whatever markup value is there you act as a pure agent. So you will be remitting all those that you consider. Suppose hotel ke liye 3,000 rupiah plus 12% hai. The entire 3,000 plus 12% if you remit it to that hotel. So there you are not having any markup. So there you are a pure agent. So in that case, 18% on the this with ITC or without ITC, and pay 5%. So these three methods are there. Generally, I have, because one of the questions deals with Veena World and Kesari, I have seen that they charge 5% on the tour package. They don't give you any exemption, कुछ काटते नहीं है, पूरा 5% लेते हैं. So I believe the industry majority may be doing so. So tour operator, I have said 5% on without ITC and 18% without ITC. Any other services that you give like visa services or passport services, there also the consulates charge you, the passport authorities charge you. Those are pure agent services. Again, those values will be there. But whatever you charge a markup, you say that I am coming with you, so my man will come, we will charge you 5,000 for that. उस पे आपको 18% straight away, and you are entitled to credit on whatever services or goods going into the supply of that particular supply. Any commission that you get, sometimes hotels give you straight away commissions. On that commission, you have to pay 18%. That is it. Okay. The basic 4-digit SAC is 9985 for support services. In that, there are two headings made. One is tour operators and then support services other than above. करके दिया है वो. So this is that. Now ITC, I have told you, ITC is availed, you pay 18, ITC is availed. And if you're a tour operator, then you must realize that place of supply plays a very important part. So generally hotels or generally hotels only, or any particular premises, immovable property is hired, you don't get it. You will not be allowed to avail ATC. That becomes cost to the company. So this is that. The second next question there is foreign package tours. We bill 5% GST on independent components, transport, entrance fees, guide charges, hotel accommodation. Are we required to include flight tickets, visa charges, overseas medical insurance? As we receive commission or we add our processing fee for flight tickets, we pay 18% GST on the same. Insurance, we receive commission and pay 18%. Visa, we add for processing on which we pay 18%. Very true, sir. Actually, I said here you are working as a pure agent. 1 minute, please. So there is no need to add that value, and no reversal also to be done for the 1:1. Of course, credits will not be available for those services. So no reversal also. No officer will tell you that is an exempted. No, that is an exempted value which you need to deduct from your gross value. But no ITC available will be available on the 5% rate. My answer for all these tour packages will be the same. You can pay 5% and no ITC, or alternatively, you can avail ITC, pay 18%. Certain things, as you said, visa and all, you have to pay 18%. And whether, see one thing, whether you avail ITC or not is not the baby of the government. You may not. That is up to you. How you treat it in your income tax, this one. So, but you are eligible to this except inadmissible credits, which is not the topic here. So you are eligible to say, but in case you are paying dual like 5% and in some cases 18% in some, then you have to be careful about the reversal in proportionate, right? And 1 to 1 to मैंने बोला ही है, you just cannot take for that 5%. This one. Second question, individual who are booking international hotel stores on booking platform, are they required to pay GST? Can we do the same? See, international hotels on booking platform, it is not charging because this place of supply, I said for place of supply, you need to go to the IGST Act. Immovable property, I said, where the property is issued. So suppose I want a hotel in Russia, which is not in the taxable territory of India, can any platform charge GST for that? They cannot, because it's an overseas matter. They will not supply. They will not charge you. If somebody charges you also, it means that the tour has started from India. Otherwise, only a hotel booking there will not attract DSA. Here the place of supply is overseas, so GST is not applicable. For international hotel booking, are we required to pay 5% on total, 18% GST on our commission, processing fee? Individual customer, they do not pay GST on international booking platform using credit card. Can we do the same? See, individual, I will tell you, first of all, for the benefit of the common, if there are common persons attending there also, let me say that this payment of GST, and there is one more thing, TCS. Now TCS by the income tax department, that is totally only on international tours. Now this question where it says that he does it, they do not pay GST on international booking platform, they are using their credit card. Obviously, even if a tour packager sometimes suggests कि सब आप टिकट ये कर लो, आपका टीसीएस भी बच जाएगा और जीएसटी भी नहीं होगा, वो मामूली सी जो सर्विस फी है वो एयरलाइंस आपके लगेगी. तो हम जो मार्कअप ले रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल फेयर्स में भी उस पर आपको नहीं लगेगी. दैट इज फाइन. If I go to a booking platform, it makes no distinction. So, but you cannot do it. You're a tour, you have registered for it as a tour package. You have to either collect, see what you're doing. You're not booking for yourself. There you're not, when you book for yourself and your family, you're not a tour operator. You're a self-booker. Either you do it yourself or you go to Veena, Kesari, Thomas Cook or Cox and Kings. So as a tour operator, you're supposed to collect from your client. So why do you want to do that? There is an option, 5% bhariye, ITC mat lijiye. Most of the most of the tour package operators are doing that. So I guess you cannot do this. You have to pay GST because ultimately when you collect it, whatever gross value you collect from your client, उसमें आपको 5% भरना ही पड़ेगा. Again, as I said, again, if one more thing where your question sets me right is, if there is an international tourist, okay, it's a international tourist means he could be a American citizen, Russian citizen, anyone, even an NRI who sits outside most of the time, he is an international tourist. And if he books Udarka from America, he books New Zealand, then it's an export of services, and a lot of few people must be having an LUT for that. So there it is not so. But if that gentleman comes to India and starts his so-called tour as a pilgrimage tour from here in Rameshwaram and goes on to Peru for Machu Picchu, that's as a religious tour, and then goes to Jerusalem for Jesus Christ tour, then it will set in. GST will set in. Because he is not a foreign tourist, he is a tourist coming to India and then leaving. So here, if it's an international tourist, then there is no GST, otherwise there is a GST. Your next question, in a scenario of a domestic tour package, hotel charge 12-18%, correct. Based on the price of the rooms, the GST is charged. because people, the department feels that lesser placed tourists should pay less, because ultimately it's a B2C sale. So why charge them 18%? So expensive hotels, they charge 18%. They do not allow ITC for interstate bookings, obviously, because the place of supply is there. Transporter charge 5% GST on top of this. By transporter, I believe you are talking of a rent-a-cab operator. Okay, because when your client goes to Himachal and there the car picks him at the airport, obviously 5% he will charge, because he also does not get ITC. On this, we have to charge 5% on our billing to customer. I didn't know you have written if we do not want to show our income to customer. That I don't know, that is your trade secret. Alternatively, we add our markup and play only 18% on the markup component and do display the taxable amount in our invoice. Very true. Hotels sometimes book it in the name of the client. Sometimes they say, no, we will book it in your name. Fine, you are not taking ITC. So whatever markup is there, the rest of it, ensure that you pay the same amount back to that hotel, same amount back to the transporter. It should not be there 18,000 rupees is the hotel room and you are charging 20%. So that 2% markup will come here, plus your regular markup. So that is not a pure agent. Pure agent should be whatever you collect on, you pay on behalf of the customer and get it reimbursed. That is called pure agent. So that if it is true, you are very correct. On your markup, you pay 18%, आप लीजिए, rental income पे ले लीजिए, manpower consultancy पे ले लीजिए, accountant के फीस में आप credit ले लीजिए, जो office stationery है उस पे ले लीजिए. Anything, if you are attending a seminar, paid seminar like this, उसका जो फीस पे GST लगा लीजिए, लगता है वो ले लीजिए. Everything you are entitled for credit. Absolutely, you can also display the taxable amount in your invoice by saying that hotel का इतना plus GST इतना, transporter का इतना plus ये इतना, दूसरा कुछ है उसका. That you can show. It is, the act allows you to deduct that value because you are operating as a pure agent. If some of the transporters are asking us to take avail ATC and for on 5% GST invoice interest rate, I would like to know this particular problem. Why are they saying that? If they are giving you an IGST invoice, fine. And if you are a tour package operator, again I will say you cannot take it, because it is not in the same line of business if you want to pay 5%. Okay, if you are paying 18%, then if he is giving you an IGST invoice, as I said, hotel wala deta hai, transporter de sakta hai. But अगर होटल वाला आपको माने IGST का इनवॉइस देता है, तो you can certainly avail that ITC. No officer will be able to point out that mistake, even if he points it out. गलती सामने वाले की है, if at all गलती है, तो वो आप ले सकते हैं.
Sir, on this point, can I?
Please.
So there is a practice in the trade, a DMC or a wholesaler selling to a travel agent by 5%, the charging GST 5%, and people can appeal this GST or not?
Yes, see, I'm talking, as I said, starting only same line of business. So the SAC should match. Suppose
Right.
I am a tour operator and I'm specialized in Middle East and Far East Asia. Okay. One client known to me, he says, sir, मेरे को America जाना है. So do you do tour package? Now I don't want to lose a client. So I say, yes, sir, we do that also. This is my price. Now I don't, okay, he also says, ठीक है, कितना चार्ज करेंगे? 5% है सर, हम लोग ITC नहीं लेते हैं, तो 5% हम चार्ज करेंगे. Fine. Now I have to find a man who can do this for me. He should be another tour operator. And if he charges sitting in Gujarat or sitting in Maharashtra and charges 5% IGST or 5% GST, I can very well take it because it is in the same line of business.
Thank you.
Same line of business. ITC is allowed, that 5%. That the main idea of the department is that the ultimate consumer should not be double taxed on the same service.
Right. So
Okay.
one more question regarding this only, what we are talking
Hmm.
interstate, person sitting in Delhi, there's a travel agent who buys the hotel from Delhi itself and he's selling to a person in Maharashtra. So he takes the CGST, SGST in his input and he gives us a IGST billing in Maharashtra. Is it allowed?
But he will not give you a hotel bill. He will give you a tour package bill.
He will
What
give
does
the
he
hotel
give?
bill.
Huh?
He will give a hotel bill, pure hotel only.
No, he is not a hotel supplier.
Yeah, so
How
he
can
buys from the hotel.
No, sir. What is it? What is his supply? What does he do? He is acting as an intermediary
Right,
for the hotel. So he is a commission agent,
right.
right? So he is not, he is just a commission agent. He is
Okay,
not a supplier of hotel services.
right.
Accommodation services nahi hai. So he cannot raise such an invoice, sir.
Okay,
See, I am talking of the law. In commerce, if students are there in the audience, there is something called law and practice. So if the
agreed, agreed.
practice is such, we will have to see whether this is that. But that ITC will not be allowed to use, sir.
Okay, that
तो
clarification.
टोटल का जब आता है आईजीएसटी आएगा तो हमारा कान मने सी अभी एक ही बरस हुआ है मेरे को रिटायर होके तो अभी भी मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं डिपार्टमेंटल ऑफिसर हूँ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफिसर का कान खड़ा हो जाता है कि यार ये होटल का कैसे आईजीएसटी दे दिया
Hmm.
सवाल ही नहीं
So some people
इसीलिए
deny, they say only on my commission I'll pay GST 18% and he'll give it. He'll not claim that ITC of hotel. And he says that this is my service of providing you. So he'll charge a service fee, pays a GST, IGST billing on the service fee.
नहीं
That is,
फाइन
that is
So
fine.
he will pay 18%, but to avail credit, you have to pay 18%. Or if you want to pay 5% on your ultimate, I'm talking of tour packages. Rest and all, जहाँ 18% है, आप उसमें कोई कंडीशन बिंदास आप ले सकते हैं क्रेडिट. अगर होटल का दिया तो आप लीजिए, लेकिन आपके कान खड़े होने चाहिए कि ये गलत है करके. बाकी वो
Right.
अगर कमीशन मार्कअप में देता है तो सर वो कमीशन सर्विसेज में देगा आपको.
So we are
सर्विस
trying
टैक्स
to
में
understand the right practice. So we are also aware what we are doing.
Yeah, very nice. Now, if the hotels that I think we have said, how much percentage of GST is applicable for individual services like travel insurance? We get 40 to 45 commissions, which includes GST. It has to be charged on total amount or only on service charge. See, wherever, if you are, see, there are two modes, I believe, in the insurance industry. इधर कमीशन है तो कमीशन में आपको जीएसटी भरना है सिंपल एज दैट सपोज द माय आंसर फॉर दिस इफ द ट्रैवल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी issues policy directly in the name of the client you have to pay GST only on markup or service charge or else on the entire supply but this is avoided by general tour operators they include entire value in package price and charge 5% without ITC because I also go. I am one of the few who travels. So उसमें मैं देखता हूँ they are straight away telling 5% on this one 5% और total value पे TCS ले रहे हैं और 60 साल तक वो लोग free देते थे insurance. Now that I have crossed here this one they are charging me 600-700 rupees. On that they include the cost and charge me 5%. So this is should be the this one, but if you are going to pay on commission, fine, 18% on the commission that you receive, you can pay and mokla ho sakta hai, sir. And if you, and then in that case, the entire value, you can take it from the client on this one. As a pure agent, then it is allowed. Only on the commissions you can pay GST. How much GST for visa fees? It should be on total amount or only service charges. This is a very correct question. See, nowadays, if you go for a visa, generally VFS comes into the picture and some other agencies there. Most of it is now VFS is doing for you. So VFS charges the consulate fees. It also charges its fees and it charges GST. So these three, they give you a receipt. Consulate ka 10,000, 15,000, UK embassy ka, 15,000 for a 6 monthly charge. So they give you that receipt issued by there. And वो बोलते हैं हमारा कुछ percentage basis है VFS charge. उस पे 18% GST लगा के उसका एक इनवॉइस आपको दे देते हैं. Now, again you are acting as a pure agent only. एक तो जो consulate charge करता है, even if you want to add markup, you cannot. You will violate their particular rule. So there you will not dare. Only markup you may take it on BFS charges. If you take it more on that, then your markup and that extra you have to pay. On the entire thing you have to pay 18%. Otherwise, only on your markup charges, 18% totally with ITC credit is the one. There is no concessional rate here, sir. In the case that I have answered. As of now, the next question is, as of now, I am taking 18% GST on service charges for tickets and 5% on hotel package that includes visa, insurance, transportation, etc. Please correct me if I am wrong. Before I was taking 18% on service charge for all services. Now, per se, when I go through your question, I assume that you are a tour operator. So for tour operator, there are only two, this one, either pay 5% on the entire value or 18% with ITC, there you don't get ITC, or on your markup value. In the case of you, if you're a, this one, if you're a pure agent, then you will not charge GST on that pound, but you are saying 18% GST on service charges. Absolutely. Suppose you have issued a 1,20,000 business class ticket, whatever GST is charged by, plus that GST done by the airline. And on that you say my service charge is 10% of that. 10% में आप 18% भरोगे, and that ticket amount with the GST you are going to remit it back to the airline. So since it is a B2C sale, ना आपको credit मिल रहा है ना उसको credit मिल रहा है, ठीक है. And then on hotel package, you are saying tour package, I want to pay 5%. So मेरा इसमें ये है sir, since the entire thing is there could be an audit objection saying that the entire thing works as a tour package and you should have adopted 18% on the entire package price or 5% price. So I see something wrong in the procedure adopted by you, but if it is a trend, let me study it. If this question can come to me on a one-to-one personal basis, then I will take much more, some more time on this and I will charge you, because if it is a trend, if it is a one-off case, you are doing it, or a particular set of transport operators, I think during the audit, there could be a problem for you. They will say the entire, you have to say on the entire tour package, you cannot split it. Or they may even tell you 18% composite supply हो गया, ये आपका main ticket का काम है और hotel package incidental है. So there could be some problem, sir. So before I was taking 18%, वो भी सही नहीं होगा. I assume you were taking ITC, then सही होगा. नहीं तो please give me, please send me this query on a one-to-one basis with the actual this one case, not as a generic query. आप दे दीजिए. Let me go through it, but I think you will somehow the auditor will take up this point. Maybe I don't know whether your internal audit, if you are a big organization, or internal audit will also be there. They might take you, sir, but otherwise there may be a problem. So let me come back to that when we are this one. We are engaged in outbound travel services and often face challenges in understanding GST implications. To illustrate here, there are two specific cases where we need clarity. Mauritius package, 2 lakh per couple. There the hotel stay, sightseeing, transfers are there. The margin is 9,000. So your total selling price is 2,09,000. So in this, I assume that the couple is from India. So GST option is 5% on 2,09,000 or 18% with ITC on the entire 2,09,000. Second is a Singapore cruise package. Package cost is 2 lakhs per couple, inclusions Crew is only, no transfers. Margin is 9,000. Total selling price, excluding GST, is again 2,09,000. Here the price would be 5% without GST. But I went into the forum and discussed this issue. They are saying there is some formula where you pay between 2 to 18% with ITC. So since this is a new situation which has come before me, the current rate, if you want ITC, is between 2 to 18%. Now, why they are charging between this has to be seen. I am working out. I took the question, even though I knew that I am going to give you a half an answer to this. But if you are not taking ITC, straight away 5%. There is no this one. Your question probably is because the cruise is starting, they are only in Singapore, they are going on their own, and they are reaching the port terminal by themselves, and from the port they will come back. Sir, for place of supply, the Indian, I assume it's an Indian tourist and not an international tourist. It's an Indian tourist, your service to them starts here when you issue them a voucher for that cruise. The cruise gives you the voucher, you in turn issue them a voucher, inclusive of meals, inclusive of games, inclusive of dancers, whatever it is, inclusive of one opera show or no opera show. So in that case, the tour starts from here. So the place of supply is India, sir. So 5%. But as far as this 2 to 18%, we will definitely get back to you. But it is written in all forums which I discussed. It is 2 to 18% with ITC. So this ends one of the question list which has come to me. Now there is a bigger list which has come from the Enterprising Travel Agents Association. Some are common questions. I'm just opening, it's an Excel sheet. Till now, any queries or any?
One query we would like to ask, somebody has put it across.
Yeah.
As we are in multiple services like tour operators and flight booking agent, tour we charge 5%, service charge we charge 18%. Can we take input credit on purchases of like per computer stationery?
As I said, the services that you are paying 18%, nothing debars you for taking ITC credit. That is called the eligible credits. You are eligible to take ITC. See, I am explaining, I am taking pains to explain. You
Right.
may be knowing, may not be knowing, to understand how the system works. GST was brought in to avoid this cascading of taxes.
Right.
So it was sold on the premise that क्या बोलते हैं free flow of seamless credit will be available. ठीक है, एवरीथिंग दौड़ा रहे, बाप रे, सबका मेरे को क्रेडिट मिलेगा, जो मैं पे करता हूं उसका क्रेडिट मिलेगा. Then they came out with ifs and buts. So every credit is eligible, sir, if you are paying full rate of tax. If there is an outward taxable supply, then on all your taxable inward supplies you can take credit. Nobody can deny it. Now there is a if and but. If is section 16. इनवॉइस नहीं है, वो नहीं है, फलाना पैसा नहीं दिया है, रिटर्न नहीं फाइल किया है, so you are ineligible but inadmissible because you have not done that. वो कर लो, टाइम लिमिट 16(4) का फॉलो करो, take the credit. Second fellow is section 17, which is the bone of contention. There you have apportionment of credits and block credits. Now here we will not talk about block credits. We will come to the apportion credit, which is 17, 1, 2, 3, 4 is not applicable to you. It is for the banking industry. ठीक है सर, तो 18% में आप सभी क्रेडिट ले लो, but there are common credits, sir, which you have to be careful. So in that case, on a monthly basis in the return itself, you have to reverse. 17(1) says business and non-business के लिए आप लेते हैं तो उतना ही आप क्रेडिट ले सकते हैं जो बिजनेस के लिए गया है. यहाँ दोनों आपका बिजनेस है तो आपको 17(1) है. नॉन बिजनेस नहीं होने का दूसरा है, आप 4 AC, मैंने लास्ट पाठशाला में बोला था, आपने 4 AC ले लिया हाईवैक्स से और 3 AC ऑफिस में बिठा दिया, एक ऑफिस ही अपने फ्रेंड के घर पे बिठा दी, तो द वन इज नॉट बिजनेस इवन दो इट इज पेड बाय द कंपनी, तो उधर ही चला गया। आपके इसमें आप दोनों बिजनेस ही कर रहे हैं। सेकेंड इज टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज एंड एग्जेम्प्टेड सप्लाईज, नॉन टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज। उसमें भी अगर आपको मालूम है कि अगर मैं ये सर्विस, आई टुक द एग्जांपल कि मैं 2 मैन पावर कंसल्टेंसी, 2 कंसल्टेंट को अप्लाई करता हूं, वन फॉर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ टूर पैकेज, वन फॉर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ माय मार्कअप सर्विस, वीसा के लिए, उसके लिए है, तो यू नो क्लियरली दैट दिस जेंटलमैन आर गोइंग टू वर्क ओनली फॉर द टूर पैकेज, ये चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट उसके लिए, तो आप ले ही नहीं सकते। 17(2) डिबार्स यू। 17(3) बहुत लोगों में लागू होता है। फॉर यू इट इज यूनिक। Yours is both the supplies are taxable. Section 17(3) talks about taxable and exempted supplies में अगर कॉमन क्रेडिट लिए हो तो हम बताएंगे कैसे आपको रिवर्स करना है। रूल 42 में आपको एक फॉर्मूला दिया गया है। बट नाउ यू विल से माइन इज नॉट एन एग्जेम्प्टेड सप्लाई, व्हाई शुड आई reverse it? You are correct. But then the notification in the explanation where it says 5% आपको ITC नहीं लेना है, उसमें लिखा है कि एक्सक्लूसिव है तो लेना ही नहीं है। और दूसरा, यदि आप लेते हैं कॉमन सप्लाई का तो आप वापस सेक्शन 17 में जाइए और आपके सप्लाई को एग्जम्प्टेड सप्लाई मानिए। तो इन योर केस टूर पैकेज ऑपरेटर्स हु आर सप्लाइंग एंड पेइंग टैक्स ऑन 5% आर एक्चुअली एग्जम्प्ट सप्लायर्स फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ रिवर्सल। तो आप बेशक आप ले लीजिए क्रेडिट, लेकिन रिवर्सल करना नहीं भूलिए, बिकॉज एवरी मंथ इफ यू डोंट डू देन अपना शायद रूल 38 विल सेट इन और इंटरेस्ट आपको लगेगा। तो वो मत कीजिए, आप रिवर्स कर दीजिए, लेकिन बेशक आप सभी क्रेडिट्स विच आर एडमिसेबल, ब्लॉक नहीं होना चाहिए। जैसे फूड एंड बेवरेज हुआ, आपके मैडम डायरेक्टर हैं और उनको एज पर दी agreement drawn with the company, she is entitled to go to the beauty parlor 4 times. ब्यूटी पार्लर GST चार्ज करता है, आप नहीं ले सकते बिकॉज इट्स अ ब्लॉक क्रेडिट। सर्टन कैपिटल गुड्स सब आपसे ये नहीं है, देयर आर सर्टन थिंग्स विच आर ब्लॉक क्रेडिट्स, वो तो आप ले ही नहीं सकते हैं। Even if they are paid by the company, they are cost to the company, they are in line with the business of the company. You must be wondering why I said beauty. Suppose डायरेक्टर मैडम अच्छी दिखती हैं और उस हिसाब से लेडी का क्लाइंट्स ज्यादा आते हैं, तो इट इज इन लाइन विद द बिजनेस ऑफ द कंपनी, so it should be logically allowed, but it is inadmissible because of this block thing. There is no fighting on that. So ये आपका question है, definitely you can take credit, sir, but whenever you are paying 5% and 18%, please be careful about the reversal part. Even if your CA or GST consultant does not say, भाई बोलो यार कॉमन है ना अपने पास, कॉमन यदि है ही नहीं, आप खुद के प्रेमाइसेस से ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, रेंटल का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप खुद सीए भी हैं, खुद का अकाउंट्स देखने की क्षमता रखते हैं, तो कोई जरूरत नहीं है। आपके खुद के एम्प्लॉय हैं, एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय रिलेशन में जीएसटी नहीं लगता है, तो वहां आईटीसी है ही नहीं, देयर इज बिंदास, आप जिसमें लगता है कॉमन क्रेडिट नहीं है, आप ले सकते हैं सर।
Thank you, sir.
आई होप आई एम क्लियर।
Thank you.
So shall we proceed to the next this one which they have asked me? Difficult नहीं है, बहुत छोटा है। Tour operator, you have yourself given, this is travel agent queries, sir. So I assume travel agent includes tour operator services. Tour operator, a company selling group departures, example, Kesari, Veena, Girikand or similar packages sold include airfare plus hotel stay plus sightseeing plus meals. First question is GST applicable on airfare plus package at 5%? Certainly, sir. That is what is the trend seen in tour operators. Now they don't want to get in problems, and that is why they are paying, or the client is paying without any protest. That is why, but most of them are paying 5%, and that is the correct. Because in service tax, they were saying what is the gross value का meaning होता था. So उसमें जहां रिबेट मिलना था वो लोग लिखते थे, जैसे अभी खाली लैंड में है 1/3 कॉस्ट माइनस करो. तो इसमें तो total consideration, the client is given you 1 lakh rupees, say for a tour of Sri Lanka for 7 nights, 8 days. And there all these 4 components are there. So 1 lakh में आप 5% करेंगे, 1 lakh 5 पे आप TCS लेंगे. तो वो तो है ही नहीं सर. There is no question of that. 5% लागू होगा पूरा इसमें. Is it right or can we exclude airfare as airline has already paid GST? See, what is the gross consideration given to you by the client is the question. Are you offering him 2 different packages? Are you saying airfare इतना भरो, meals आप उधर एक सरवणा कैटरर्स है उसके पास खा लो और उधर उसको 2000 रुपया दो? Are you saying एक आपको एक टूरिस्ट कार मिलेगा डायरेक्ट उसको 3000 दे दो या $3000 दे दो? You are not. You are, what is a tour package? Tour, it includes everything. Airfare meals नहीं होगा तो अलग बात है. But if you are giving a package inclusive airfare, because उसमें भी I've seen they keep markup because they have a flat rate with the airlines. पूरा बरस का वो लोग ले लेते हैं. Or it may be 40,000 also for a say to Sri Lanka, 20,000 also. It may be work out for them 8,000 also. But they have worked out the cost of the package thinking that the maximum होगा, peak time का rate होगा. तो एंटायर पैकेज में आपको 5% लगेगा सर और आईटीसी लेने तो अच्छा. यू कैनॉट एक्सक्लूड. अगेन लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, दिस इज माय ओपिनियन. इट इज नॉट द ओपिनियन ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट और आईएमसी. एज अ कंसल्टेंट, एज अ जीएसटी प्रैक्टिशनर, I am advising you that you cannot exclude.
So, sir,
If there are case laws, it may be brought before us. We will again restudy. Yes, sir. You were saying something.
see, this is of tour packages who display their pamphlets of giving a package. Some travel agents, somebody comes to his office, he says, I want a ticket. And later on, they decide they want to conclude the package. So it's not a defined tour, it's a customized tour.
I think you have asked that. I will come to that. Somebody has asked, air tickets sold independently before this and subsequently package is sold after the client confirms at a later date, right? So there is a time difference between these 2 events, is it not?
Yes.
Or happening immediately?
Time difference is there a few days. At times it goes a few days also.
Okay. First he says, you get me the tickets to Russia.
Right.
Right? और मैं मैनेज कर लूंगा और आपका मार्कअप में आप मेरे को कितना भी परसेंटेज कर लो. तो हो गया. That's a different altogether event altogether.
Right.
The time of supply also has happened, and the moment you issue the ticket, the time of supply comes in whenever you issue the invoice. So
Right.
okay, so that event is that. Subsequently, if it comes to the tour package, your tour package, that is called joining and leaving, if I am correct in your parlance. So now, obviously, if other passengers who have taken the entire tour, they travel on the same flight, okay, again it is joining and leaving. Or he meets you right at the Tashkent airport in Russia, that is also different. So you can definitely, ये इधर आप bifurcate कर सकते हैं और आप 5% आप जो next event में आया है उसको cancel. It is a clear event which has happened. It is not you have suggested him. ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है ना सर. तो and wherever when tour package जो जाने वाला है वो सोच समझ के ही करेगा कि पहले टिकट्स ले लो, नहीं तो उसको मालूम है थोड़ा ज्यादा ही वो भरने वाला है when he comes only for your tour package separately. So you can definitely do that. But I'm going back to the same question. In B2B transaction, can the agent buying the package take ITC of 5% charged by the supplier? My answer is yes to that, provided it is in the same line of business. I am talking of tour package services. 2-3 जगह में ये लाइन आया हुआ है. जैसे रेंट अ कैब. Suppose I don't have any vehicle and I am still giving, or I am having 3 vehicles but fourth vehicle मैं source करके देता हूँ, तो वो agent मेरे को 5% without ITC देता है, तो I can take ITC of that because I am in the same line of business. Same way in transportation लिखा है कि मैं अगर दूसरे ट्रांसपोर्टर से लेता हूं, दो I have said not ITC, I can take that ITC. ठीक है. थर्ड आता है ब्यूटी पार्लर में. ब्यूटी पार्लर में they cannot take ITC except of the goods and services and the same line of service रहेगा तो ले सकते हैं. इसी तरह आपके इसमें भी टूर पैकेजेस में भी यदि आप 5% भर रहे हैं, क्योंकि आप इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट नहीं ले रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर सेम लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस, क्योंकि आपको बिजनेस चलाना है, यू डोंट वांट टू लूज अ क्लाइंट, आप दूसरे कहीं से लेते हैं, गुजरात से लेते हैं, आईजीएसटी लग के आएगी, आप आईजीएसटी का क्रेडिट ले लीजिए और जब आप भरेंगे ऑब्वियसली C+S भर देंगे यहाँ पे, तो वो बिल्कुल अलाउड है सर, उसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है या पाबंदी नहीं है सर। दूसरा, 10 group departure packages which are advertised in any manner, including social media, not allowed to take input credit. I hope the question is that for a tour package, you also advertise, say print media, television media, local TV channels, या फिर social media में डालते हैं तो Facebook charges you whatever is Instagram जो भी charge करती है. I assume your question is that. Obviously, sir, when you are paying 5%, you are not allowed to take ITC में. इट डजंट से कि आप एलिजिबल है इन एडवांस, आप नहीं ले सकते हैं, बस वही है, वही कट कर दिया। आपको 5% भरना है भाई, 18% लगता है आपके सर्विस में, लेकिन यदि आपको कंसेशनल रेट मिलना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली द सिटीजंस ऑफ द कंट्री, आउटबाउंड टूरिस्ट को फायदा हो रहा है, तो गवर्नमेंट सेज इन सच इंडस्ट्रीज दे गिव दैट concession. So sir, you cannot take credit on tour expenses incurred for the group. Can the agent take input credit? Can I have a enlargement of this question, please? Otherwise, my answer is if you pay 18%. But if you can give me an example कि ये कैसे होता है tour
There are
expenses?
certain people who are doing group departures, and the question is that if they're buying it from another agent, that input can he take? That is one situation. And there was one notice to some people that you cannot take because you have publicized this in the papers as a group tour.
No, 5% रहेगा तो आपको, I said no, only same line of business में ले सकते हैं.
Agreed.
But tour
That you have
package
clarified
पूरा
before.
टूर पैकेज लेते हैं तो आपको टूर पैकेज में मिलेगा, तो दैट द एसएससी वर्क्स. ये प्रिंट मीडिया का सब मिलेगा ही नहीं, सब आप एडवर्टाइज करते हैं इसके लिए. बट आई वुड लाइक टू, फॉर एकेडमिक इंटरेस्ट, इफ दैट notice is sent to me, I would like to read it.
I will try to collect that and send it to you, but some other agent.
ना ये टूर
Prasad ji,
Santosh, you can step in there.
Anand sir, there is some definition. If you have a published tour, that means if you have published this tour into the newspaper, I'll give you an example. If I publish a tour of Singapore in a newspaper, and the people joins me for that particular group tour, okay. Now in that particular group tour, I do expenses. Like I take a food at the one place, and they charge me a hotel bill, like food bill. That ITC, can I take it?
I assume that it's an internal India tour, right?
There are two questions. One is an international tour or a domestic tour. First, we take a
International
domestic.
tour में तो वहां तो जीएसटी लगेगा ही नहीं ना सर.
No,
Suppose
I'm
your
talking about the domestic tour.
domestic tours का ना सर. Suppose your tour package is for 1 lakh and that is only for domestic airfare economy plus sightseeing plus entrance fees to monuments plus hotels, whatever category, comfort, luxury, जो भी है उतना ही है. तो then as I said, उतना 3 को restrict करके 5% without ITC, 18% with ITC. Now on the spot the tourist say यार मेरा इधर खाना भी आप अरेंज करो, उसके लिए एक पैसा ले लो और अलग से इनवॉइस भरो. There sir, you cannot take credit of the food and beverage. Obviously you cannot take credit of the hotel, because ultimately this cost you are going to give him a receipt. So this will add to your tour package. So whenever you go, you have to go charge him 5%. You will have to tell him कि 5% लगेगा भाई, भले मैं आपको क्या देता हूँ, पूरा टूर पैकेज है, and that will include, you will always charge, when you charge it will be inclusive of GST. You are not going to, your company is not going to pay that. तो अगर होटल 12% में सडन से अपग्रेडेशन, लेट अस कम टू अपग्रेडेशन ऑफ रूम आप देते हैं ताज में, उसको पसंद नहीं आया बिकॉज गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया का रिव्यू नहीं है, ही सेज बाजू में है better, I am ready to upgrade it and the cost is 10,000. That hotel is going to charge you 10,000 plus 18. You will be charging them either with markup or straight away, whatever it is, you have to charge another 5% and bill it. 11,800 and into 5% you have to charge them there, and you cannot get credit also, sir.
Second
Simple.
sub question I would like to ask you, sir. In a group tour, like as you said, we are conducting a group tour to Rajasthan, and there for a group I hired a vehicle, okay, which is a published group tour, and I hired a vehicle for 15 people, which is my public. So in my billing, can I avail that 5%?
No, you cannot, because it is not in the same line of business. You are not a rent-a-cab operator.
Okay.
ओनली टूर पैकेज फेलो का 5% आप ले सकते हैं, नहीं तो वो बाकी सब आपको एडमिसेबल नहीं है सर.
Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you very much.
ओके.
Prasad, over to you.
So now we have come to package sold to a client residing out of the country and is traveling to another country. And before that, there is a question, sir. Hotel sold in a different state and invoice received from a local travel agent from that state, which provides IGST billing. As I said, he will not give you a bill. Markup में दे रहा है तो 18% है और आप 18% भर रहे हैं तो आप ले सकते हैं. आप 18 नहीं भर रहे हैं तो 5% है, उसमें आप you cannot take ITC. Simple as that. No agent will give you a hotel bill charging IGST. He will work as a pure agent, and if he is marking up, he will charge you on that 18% on that markup. That is for sure. ऐसा कोई केस नहीं होगा जहां होटल, क्योंकि होटल सप्लाई सर्विस नहीं दे रहा है. He is just a pure agent or intermediary for you. For that, intermediary भी कब होगा? जब वो होटल उसको एजेंट बनाएगा, नहीं तो it's a pure agent basis only. A package sold to a client residing out of the country and is traveling to another country. Example 1, client is a US resident. It is not specified whether he is an Indian citizen. Is he a US citizen too? And traveling to New Zealand, payments received as inward remittance in India and subsequently transferred to New Zealand. Fine, you have filed an LUT. Perfect. It is not saying that it should be a citizen of a country. Plain reading says he should be an international tourist. And international tourist has been defined as a person staying normally not resident in India. So we can take even if he is an Indian but a non-resident, okay. He is staying in the US, he wants to go to the New Zealand, and you are selling this to him. It is an export of service. The export of service के लिए थोड़े conditions हैं. First is LUT, या तो आप भर के हमारे डिपार्टमेंट से refund ले सकते हो. But for export of services, your inward remittances have to come in convertible currency and in a specified time. So ensure that you receive the inward remittances in convertible currency. आपके अकाउंट में INR दिखेगा, लेकिन आपका जो बैंक है वो आपको इश्यू करेगा कि इतना डॉलर्स का इतना कन्वर्ट किया और इतना में आपको दे दिया, और फिर खुद का बिल लगाएगा कन्वर्शन चार्जेस का. सो इफ दैट इज देयर, इट्स अ क्लियर एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस, तो आप उसी में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सर, उसमें जीएसटी नहीं लगेगी. Place of supply on client is a use this one and payments made by client is a US resident traveling to New Zealand, payments received as inward remittance in India. वहां तक तो ठीक है, I assume it has come in US dollars, and payments made by the travel agent to vendors based in India in Indian rupees partly and partly to vendors based in New Zealand. So place of supply starts in India. So then for any place of supply, you have to go back to the rule 8 of the IGST Act. When one of the person is abroad, either me or my recipient. So there the export of services and the import of services take a hit. तो वहां पे आप देखेंगे ना, आप वेंडर्स को दिया तो आपने परचेस किया उससे, ठीक है, तो he has supplied to you in India that particular service. So then GST is payable, sir. It cannot be said PF. उसके लिए वो हो सकता है supply of service abroad. I'm not guaranteeing that, but आपके लिए वो local supply है sir. आपको 5% लगेगी. If there is a different opinion or any angle to this question, let it come. Place of supply is India and existing. Client is based in London. Fine. Traveling to Dubai. payments received as inward remittance in India and payments to a vendor accepting in his Indian account where he charges GST on any of his service fees. Simple, वो आपको charge कर रहा है, तो GST is chargeable only in the taxable territory of India. Okay, tax, that is very important. One of the 6 parameters of a taxable supply is it should be supplied in the taxable territory of India. और जब मैं taxable territory of India बोलता हूं, आप ये ना समझे कि सिर्फ जो इंडिया में आप बैठे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. लेफ्ट राइट ऊपर नीचे 200 किलोमीटर्स वो भी अपना ही है, तो वहां भी सप्लाई होता है, तो इट इज सप्लाइड इन द टैक्सेबल टेरिटरी ऑफ इंडिया. तो बिकॉज ये सप्लाइड टैक्सेबल टेरिटरी, दैट इज व्हाई इज चार्जिंग जीएसटी. तो इस पे लगेगा सर, बिकॉज क्लाइंट बेस्ड इन इंडिया मे नॉट बी एन इंटरनेशनल टूरिस्ट, he may be normally resident in India. So unless he is an international tourist, then we can go back to the earlier step. If you are simply sitting in London for a project, he has gone, it doesn't make sense. And because you are paying to a travel agent, bhale, one cardinal principle which is very applicable to manufacturers and traders is just because your balance sheet shows income in foreign exchange does not mean that you are exporting. सर्विस इंडस्ट्री का ही बात कर रहे हैं. डोंट थिंक दैट एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विसेज हुआ इवन इफ इट इज रिसीव्ड इन फॉरेन एक्सचेंज. सिंपल आपको एक चीज है, इंपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस. जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर एक्सपेंडिंग इन फॉरेन एक्सचेंज डज नॉट मीन दैट इट इज एन इंपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस. उसके लिए प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई देखना जरूरी है. तो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्टेक्स्ट आई विल से दैट जीएसटी इज पेएबल सर. आई हैव नाउ क्लाइंट इज बेस्ड इन पूना, supplier based in Delhi, and package sold for Himachal. Now, where is this supplier? You are not the supplier. You are buying. If the question जो उसने किया is he or she there? अगर आप पूछें उनसे, और he may be allowed to speak. Supplier means what? You are buying the tour package from elsewhere. तो I said आप ITC ले सकते हैं. अगर सप्लायर आप ही बेस्ड में इटली, आप बेस्ड इन दिल्ली, देन वहां का आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है. Client is based in Pune. I understand. Anand, myself, I am in Pune. You are the tour package, you are in Delhi, and I am selling for Himachal.
Yeah,
So
so
GST. Now the question is very easy. You have purchased the tour package.
yeah,
Of course, you can take, sir. On that particular return, just ensure that he puts the correct SSC code. That's it. Or
That is it.
invoice पे लिखे, tour package sold to you.
okay.
Certain agents charge GST on service fee, which is showed minimal amount, and they don't charge GST on the entire package amount, stating that the main office is overseas and they remit entire package amount to their office based overseas. Is this allowed? And when we charge GST on the entire amount collected from the client, there would be no application from the GST department on the respective travel agent. Can I have the question seeker again?
Sir, yeah. So they basically what happens?
Tell me.
They say this. We have what suppose you have bought a package from Dubai, right? And they have got a representative in India. So normally they say that you pay the amount to our Indian account. We'll remit the entire as a reimbursement to the head office, and they charge a small service fee. Suppose, like example, wise 1,000 rupees is charged me a service fee, and the entire amount is remitted there by that agent, who's the representative here. I am
And
also
the money is taken from the tourist and remitted there.
yeah,
Is
money
it
is
not?
taken from the tourist by suppose one XYZ company, and we have a supplier whose office is in India.
Yes.
So the office is in India. So that office in India says we will be sending this money to remitting to the head office. And
Now, this office in India is a distinct person. Otherwise, Google India would not be paying GST. If they
Right.
say that mainly मेरा अमेरिका है, आप मेरे से पैकेज इंटरनेट पैकेज लेते हो, मैं तो उधर भेज देता हूँ ना. ऐसा नहीं है सर. I think this may be on of the agent doing this.
right.
Prima facie, this is incorrect, and this should not be done. He will fall in trouble. आप लोग का तो clear cut business है, I know. तो आप फिर भी आपको अगर if you can direct message the scenario later, I will again reply very detailed. But this is prima facie incorrect. Nobody can do. If you have a distinct person here, either what happens, suppose there is a say Star Tours in based in London, you know
Right.
it, वो
Yeah.
है, वो एजेंट यहाँ अप्लाई करता है, तो एजेंट भी अकेला अपना प्रिंसिपल एजेंट रिलेशनशिप में वो चार्ज करता है, तो वो भी जीएसटी टूर पैकेज में लेता है. अगर खुद का ऑफिस हो गया तो डिस्टिंक्ट पर्सन हो गया सर, यहाँ उसका ऑफिस है तो he has to charge on the entire package, but यहाँ he cannot say overseas, उसके लिए एक्सपोर्ट होगा, टूरिस्ट के लिए कहाँ एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस हुआ सर. So
Right.
prima facie it is incorrect, but if I get to know more about this, then I may be able to reply perfectly. And if at all in an association meeting you would want to confront that agent, you can always do it. Agent, now it has come to cab services. Agent running business of cab services, can he take input credit of the GST paid for purchasing vehicles in the company account? Cab services का भी 3 है सब, rent a cab. If I am supplying to anybody but than a body corporate, then I have 2 options: 5% without ITC, except in the same line, or 12%, not 18%, 12% ITC ले सकते हैं, and 18, and in the condition in both these cases is that the cost of fuel is included. So when I give you a cab on rent, the with or without operator, the cost of the fuel is included in my price, and that should be separately written, just as in your invoice you have to write 2 things separately. तो अगर वो लिखता है तो 5% forward charge में he can pay without ITC, that is in cash, or 12% either by discharging from his ITC account or cash account, but he can avail ITC. So in this case, first scenario पे नहीं है, second scenario पे definitely block credit नहीं है सर वो, because वो even though block credits में लिखता है कि passengers 13% is not allowed to be taken. आप कार की बात कर रहे हैं ना सर,
हाँ जी.
कार की बात कर रहे हैं ना सर,
Yes.
नहीं
Yes.
sir, because it's a block credit. Because
Okay.
that it does not say even if he's in the same line of business. Just give me a moment. 17.5 as far as the Gadi is saying. Not except for further supply of such motor vehicles, transportation of passengers, imparting training on driving such motor vehicles, sir. मिलेगा सर, अगर 12% आप भरते हैं और फ्यूल भी आपके कॉस्ट में इंक्लूडेड है तो आपको आईटीसी मिलेगा सर, बिल्कुल
Okay.
मिलेगा. सेस का उधर आपको, अगर इफ यू आर बाइंग अ हाई एंड लग्जरी कार, उस सेस का आपको नुकसान हो जाएगा, उसका क्रेडिट आपको इवन आप लेंगे तो ही फायदा नहीं है, बिकॉज योर आउटवर्ड सप्लाई डज नॉट हैव सेस. ठीक है,
Okay.
ओनली जो कार लेता है एज अ डीलर एंड देन सेल्स इट, नॉट अ सेकेंड हैंड कार, उसको सेस यूज होता है, नहीं तो नहीं हो सकता. यस, लेकिन तीसरा फ्यूल नहीं है तो 18% है, लेकिन क्रेडिट मिलेगा उसको. सो दैट आई हैव वेरी क्लियर्ड एजेंट रनिंग बिजनेस. कार सर्विसेज, आई होप आई एम क्लियर ऑन दैट पॉइंट प्लीज.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Car services taken from the other states, I add my markup and given service to client. I have taken car hire service from Gujarat agent traveling in Gujarat. He charged me 5% on the bill. I added my markup 2,000 and charge GST on entire bill. Can I get input credit charged by my Gujarat agent? Certainly you can do that, sir. Even if you are paying 5%, because it is in the same line of business. I hope he has charged 5%. That is what you have written, no? Yes, yes.
Yes.
Definitely आप IGST का क्रेडिट ले लीजिए, और यहाँ आप आपका because your tourist is from Maharashtra,
Right.
C+S भरना है. If the tourist is from Gujarat, आप भी आप दे सकते हैं, and he is
IGST.
registered person. If he is
Right.
not registered person, then your place will be the place of
We assume
super.
that they are registered person only.
They are registered person. If he is in Gujarat, then आप भी IGST काट सकते हो उसको.
Okay.
और अगर यहाँ पर हो तो C+S आपको काटना है सब, लेकिन मिल जाएगा since it is in the same line of full tour purchase from different state agents acts my
Sir,
market
sir.
and हाँ sir, tell me.
Anand sir. Anand sir.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me
I'm just
please.
interrupting you for this Gujarat,
Yeah, why not,
Gujarat
man?
things.
Ah.
Yeah, this Gujarat is not purely a transport. I use this particular vehicle for a package tour. So I am not a transporter in Maharashtra. I register as a package tour. In that package tour, I have taken a vehicle. So as you said, same line, but I am a tour operator, not a transporter.
No, right. I differ. I change my answer to that effect. If I said only if that SSC or tour operator करके आपको दे रहा है, if he is giving, if he is only transporter, you cannot get that credit, sir. If the 9967 मारता है, yeah, what is it? 9967 है ट्रांसपोर्टर का, अगर वो मार देता है तो आपको क्रेडिट नहीं मिलेगी सर. Only 9985, अगर you are purchasing the services as a tour package from that gentleman, only in that question. Otherwise, no other situations, GST is allowed for a person paying 5% on the outward supply, sir.
So in short, I am just correcting, if his bill having the same SSC service, then only I can take a credit, in short.
Yes, and no transporter will आपको accommodate करने के लिए tour package लिख के देगा. वो लिख के देता है तो no problem. Tour package आप अगर वो आपको invoice दे दे 9985 का दे देता है, same line of business में आपको मिल जाएगा. लेकिन अगर वो 9967 goods transportation of passengers में लिख के देता है तो नहीं मिलेगा सर. And
Okay,
which
sir.
he will not do because he is going to get 5% from you. Why will he change this one? I have taken entire full tour purchase from different state agent at my market, and so do I have taken entire package, includes hotel service, cars service from Karnataka agent. He charged me 5% IGST on total bill. I add my markup to and charge on the entire bill. Can I get input credit? My answer is certainly yes, because it is in the same line of business. You are only facilitating between the two, but you are still a tour operator. Sale published advert. I think this is the same thing. Published group to entire race, entire tour to client during operation. Really, I have written in this question not understood. सेम आप पूछ रहे क्या हमारा पब्लिश्ड टूर है, इसमें आई एम बाइंग सर्विसेज, थोड़ा बहुत खाना पीना लेता हूँ, वही क्वेश्चन है सर.
Santosh, can you answer it?
आई थिंक इट इज द सेम क्वेश्चन, इधर भी आया है और उधर भी आया
Santosh, you're
है.
on mute.
Yeah. Same question. If I'm having a group tour and I'm buying a phone for my members in different cities. So you said it is a block credit.
I have tour business. I provide services like group tour, charge 5% and give visa services, charge IAG. ये भी उधर भी आया था सर. I said no, 1-to-1 credit. जब भी आप दो किस्म के सर्विस देते हो, हाँ कंसेशनल रेट है. मैं तो बोलूंगा anybody giving concessional rate of tax has to be very caution. माने बहुत एक्स्ट्रा कॉशन लेना है कि गवर्नमेंट यदि कंसेशन वैसे तो देती नहीं है, अगर देती है तो इसके बीच में कुछ है उनका, सर्टन थिंग्स रुकाएंगे, जैसे आईटीसी नहीं देंगे या बोलेंगे इधर ही करना है उधर ही करना है, ऐसे ही करना है वैसे ही करना है. इसीलिए आपके इसमें अगर आप दोनों कर रहे हैं तो कॉमन क्रेडिट्स का आपको रिवर्सल उसी रिटर्न में आपको करना है सर, समझे. एंड फाइनल जो डिफरेंस आएगा वो अगस्त के रिटर्न में, सितंबर तक, अभी 30 नवंबर तक है, आपको रिवर्स करना है. दैट इज अ डिफरेंट इशू. तो इसमें आप कॉमन क्रेडिट्स का ध्यान रखें कि कॉमन क्रेडिट्स में आपको रिवर्स करना है, नहीं तो आपको सी when the audit comes or there is a complaint by a rival company, you are doing extremely well but not reversing it proportionately. If some complaint comes and an anti-evasion team comes, then in that case they will make you pay 18% on that tour package and not tell you by ITC reverse karo. I myself had made a case on the rent-a-cab operator. He was taking that credits and उसका क्रेडिट सब मिलके हुआ 5 लाख, बट वैल्यू टैक्स ऑन दैट आउटवर्ड सप्लाई द डिफरेंशियल 13%, तभी 12% नहीं था, जब 18 था, द डिफरेंशियल वाज कमिंग टू 50 लाख. वो गिर गया, बोला साहब मेरे को तो 5 लाख का ही क्रेडिट है. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, बट देन द कंडीशंस आर सो स्ट्रिक्ट दैट यू मस्ट रिवर्स इट. वेरी this one. Otherwise, they will demand tax on that, saying that you have availed ITC, so you pay 18 on that. So be very careful. Any industry, wherever there is concessional rate, one has to be careful because there are going to be procedures and some intention of the government behind it.
Sir, can you elaborate on this common credit reversal? Can you explain it?
Yeah, I already told, sir, I am having a two line of businesses. I also provide visa services. Okay. And I am
Okay.
also a tour operator. ठीक है ना? टूर के लिए आपका इंक्लूसिव वीसा रहता है तो ठीक है. कोई आता है मेरे को खाली वीसा चाहिए, एंड इफ यू आर गिविंग, मेनी ऑपरेटर्स डोंट गिव, इफ यू आर गिविंग बोलेगा हाँ साहब आपको लगेगा आजकल वीएफएस से ही जाना है तो हंगरी एम्बेसी 8,000 लेती है, वीएफएस 2,000 लेता है, वो लोग 18% जीएसटी मारेंगे, सो 2,360 रुपए और ये 8,000 प्लस मैं मेरा आदमी आता है जाता है, मेरा वशीला वहां लगाता है तो उसका 3,000 लगेगा सर. तो वो तो रीइंबर्स आपको करना पड़ेगा और इसमें 3,000 में मैं 18% है बिकॉज आई हैव नो अदर ऑप्शन, वो ले लिया. और आप टूर पैकेज में आप डिसाइड करते हैं कि 18% में कोई आता नहीं है. यू आर गोइंग टू सेल योर पैकेज एट 18%, नो वन इज गोइंग टू, अनलेस इट्स अ कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी कि कोई अपने एम्प्लॉयज के लिए कुछ टूर करा रहा है तो ही विल से 18 लगा, मेरे को क्या, मेरे को तो क्रेडिट मिलेगी. लेकिन जनरली इफ यू कम टू मी, आई एम गोइंग टू से 5% देता हूं मैं यार, मेरे को क्या करना है, आप ITC, why should I know the full form of ITC? So you are having these two different services. Now you are having a very good office which is rented. Okay, you are having उसमें 10-15 AC आपने लगाया है, उसका तो आपको मेंटेनेंस करना ही पड़ेगा. आपने चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बढ़िया बाटलीबा एंड कंपनी लगा दिया, उसको दे रहे हैं 2 लाख रुपया, बिकॉज आई अस्यूम whenever I give sessions, I assume that my clients are doing very well in their business. I need to be positive and I want you to do well in your business. So you have appointed Mangaldas Shroff or S. Bartley Boy, he charges 2 lakh rupees plus GST. ये हो गया. फिर आपका हो गया ऑफिस स्टेशनरी. These 4-5 items, सिक्योरिटी आप लगाते हो आपको ऑफिस को गार्ड करने के लिए, उसमें रिवर्स चार्ज में आपको भरना है, आपने कर दिया. ठीक है, आपका कार का ड्राइवर है, उसको आप आउटसाइड एजेंसी से आउटसोर्स करते हैं. एक स्टाफ की वैन है, एक आपकी मर्सिडीज है, उसके लिए आप आउटसोर्स करते हैं. मैन पावर कंसल्टेंसी वाला आपको 2 ड्राइवर दे दिया, 50,000 ले लिया और उसमें 18% उसने चार्ज किया. तो ये सब आर एलिजिबल क्रेडिट, डेफिनेटली दे आर फॉर द फर्दरेंस ऑफ बिजनेस. बट ये 5% में लिखता है कि आपको ITC नहीं लेना है. सो ये सब कॉमन क्रेडिट हुए ना सर. उसी ऑफिस में बैठ के आप वीसा का भी पैकेज, माने टूर पैकेज भी बेचते हो, वीसा सर्विसेज भी देते हो. इसी ड्राइवर आपको घर से लेके जाता है ऑफिस से क्लाइंट के पास लेके जाता है, वापस लेके आता है. वो चाहिए वो वीसा के लिए होगा, चाहिए इसके लिए होगा. आपके जो सिक्योरिटी वाले हैं पूरा ऑफिस को गार्ड करते हैं. आपका जो AMC लगता है, कंप्यूटर्स और एयर कंडीशन, उसी कंप्यूटर के सब में, उसी टैली पैकेज में, अलग अलग नहीं है, उसी पैकेज में. तो दीज आर कॉल्ड कॉमन क्रेडिट्स. सो यू विल हैव टू वर्क इट ऑन अ मंथली बेसिस. एज आई सेड, 10 करोड़ का आपका टर्नओवर एक पर्टिकुलर मंथ में है, उसमें एक ऑब्वियसली वीसा इज गोइंग टू बी अ स्मॉल पोर्शन. सपोज 2 करोड़ का वीसा है और 8 करोड़ का आपका टूर पैकेज है, तो डिवाइडेड बाय, और 10,000 का बिल है, 10,000 का GST है, सो 10,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 10, 8,000 you have to reverse, and 2,000 you will get it for, because you are providing, you are paying 18%, उसका सिर्फ 2,000 मिलेगा आपको.
Proportionally divided.
Proportional reversal has to be do. 1-to-1 reversal, I said. आप बाटली भाई को अप्लाई करते हैं वीसा के लिए और मंगलदास को रखते हैं इसके लिए, there you know he is going to work only for tour package, तो आप ले ही नहीं सकते, उस तरफ ध्यान ही नहीं देना है. तो
Got
this
it.
is the example, sir.
Thank you so much. It's
No problem. My pleasure. Now there are some tour operator, travel agent are in the same state. Can tour operator claim ITC on room tariff? अगर 5% भरते हैं तो नहीं है, बट 18% भरते हैं तो डेफिनेटली प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. आप गुजरात के एजेंट है, गुजरात में आप होटल ले रहे हैं, आपका कहीं से भी आने दो, होटल गुजरात में ये करने वाला तो C+S देगा, और C+S का आप क्रेडिट जरूर वहां ले सकते हैं यदि आप 18% भर रहे हैं. तो अगर आप 5% भर रहे हैं तो द आंसर इज एन एम्फैटिक नो. Now there is an air ticket queries traveler is based in USA, traveling another destination abroad, JFK to LHR, I think is London Heathrow or London Heathrow. Payment received in Indian account of the agent from the client's Indian account. Tour TA receives payment by inward remittance. सर इंडियन अकाउंट में अगर पैसा आता है, क्लाइंट आपको इंडियन अकाउंट में ये करना है फॉर चार्जिंग नो जीएसटी, इट शुड बी एन एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस. प्राइमा फेसी पर से ये एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस है, बिकॉज वहां से वहां है. लेकिन नाउ यू आर सेइंग कि वो अपना पैसा में पैसा लाया और वहां से आपको दिया, वही कांट ही पे फ्रॉम देयर डायरेक्टली? If he pays directly from there, because one of the condition of export of services, it has to be in convertible foreign currency, sir.
Right.
If it is not in convertible foreign currency, में आपके अकाउंट में तो INR दिखेगा, but as I said, एक BIRC या FIRC आपको बैंक देती है.
एक
Realization.
स्विफ्ट का स्लिप मिलेगा.
हाँ, वो लोग बराबर लिख के देते हैं कि ये क्लाइंट है, उनका बैंक ऑफ इंग्लैंड है,
रेट ऑफ एक्सचेंज ये है, कन्वर्जन रेट
कितना रेट ऑफ एक्सचेंज उस दिन का है, जो कस्टम्स 15 दिन में एक बार करती है, वो एक्सचेंज रेट लेते हैं और वो आपको देते हैं, और सेपरेट आपको जीएसटी बिल अपना सर्विस चार्जेस का दे देते हैं. लेकिन इसमें पूरा अमाउंट दिखा देते हैं. तो इफ इट इज देयर देन आई विल से कि नहीं है इसमें, नहीं तो सर बिल्कुल इसमें लगेगा आपको, बिकॉज one of the conditions, even if one of the conditions is not, then it is not an export of service. मैंने एक कार्डिनल प्रिंसिपल आपको सिखाया, अगर आपके बैलेंस शीट में फॉरेन करेंसी इनकम आती है तो एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विस नहीं हो सकता है. एवरीथिंग सिमिलरली, अगर आप एक्सपेंडिचर करते हैं तो इसका मतलब नहीं है कि आपने कोई सर्विस इंपोर्ट किया, उसके लिए प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. तो इसका प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई भले ओवरसीज रहने दीजिए, क्योंकि एक कंडीशन कन्वर्टेबल फॉरेन करेंसी में नहीं आया है. One of the conditions is not followed, the export of, it does not become an export of service. तो इसमें लोग बोलते हैं कि when you are considering as an export, आनंद, why you are not considering that it is GST नहीं भरना चाहिए. यहाँ whenever you do an export of service, sir, LUT में अगर आप करते हैं, I know many of the agents must be doing, और अगर बाकी सब सर्विस में आप 18 भर रहे हैं, खाली एयर टिकटिंग कर रहे हैं, ये सब कर रहे हैं, मार्कअप कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें आप जो इनपुट सर्विसेज है उसका आप रिफंड लेते हैं, रिफंड में रुका देंगे वो लोग. तो दिस इज द व्यू पॉइंट इन द डिपार्टमेंट कि यू आर वन दिस यू आर सेइंग इट इज एन एक्सपोर्ट, बट यू आर रूलिंग इट आउट बिकॉज कन्वर्टेबल फॉरेन करेंसी. व्हाई दैट कंडीशन? सो हमारा यही कहना है, दिस इज द व्यू पॉइंट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. ये जो फॉरेन करेंसी लाना विना वो सब उनका है. तो दे वांट, एक तो फॉरेन एक्सचेंज कंपोनेंट इंडिया आना चाहिए, या ये बोगस ऐसा नहीं चाहिए खाली बिल काटा, पैसा यहाँ से कोई भी एजेंट दे दिया और बोला सब उधर का उधर है. तो ऐसा, इसीलिए ये एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सप्लाई नहीं माना जाएगा. सो प्लीज टेल योर क्लाइंट टू रेमिट इट फ्रॉम देयर ओनली डायरेक्ट. वही क्लाइंट्स इंडियन अकाउंट से यहाँ आएगा. अगेन द क्वेश्चन वन मोर, समबडी इज आस्क्ड मी, एनआरआई अकाउंट है क्या? वो मैं क्वेश्चन आता हूँ. फॉर यूएस traveler based in USA coming to India, payment received by inward remittance, place of supply is overseas. What have you given? SO2 माने क्या है सर?
ये जो आप सपोज इंडिया यूएस से टिकट इंडिया का निकाला, उल्टा टिकट निकाला, सपोज न्यूयॉर्क से बॉम्बे का टिकट निकाला, दैट इज रिवर्स टिकट. तो दे विल स्टार्ट ओरिजिनेट फ्रॉम USA coming to Bombay, suppose.
Fine. You don't have an airline, I assume.
100%.
You're not. नहीं, if you could be Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, I am not able to see you. यहाँ राकेश झुंझुनवाला के पास ये सर्विस भी है और एयरलाइन भी है. So you have to depend on other for that airline. वो एयरलाइन GST चार्ज करती है क्या? वो मेरे को बताइए. नहीं चार्ज करती है ना सर? क्यों नहीं चार्ज करती है? बिकॉज वो सप्लाई, प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई वहां हो गया.
राइट
है ना? तो आपने जो है, भले आप इधर हो, योर रेसिपिएंट इज देयर, इसीलिए प्लेस ऑफ सप्लाई. आप वो परफॉर्मेंस बेस्ड है, वो प्लेन वहां चढ़ रहा है, द इवेंट हैपेंस इन दैट प्लेस. सो इट इज इन ओवरसीज कंट्री. सो व्हेन 2 out of 3 योर person is also abroad, the event takes place abroad, only you are here, then also the place of supply is there. इसके लिए export of services, sir. But conditions, as I said, it has to come within time, convertible currency जो भी है. Traveler presently in India, journey starting from India, I need not go whatever account से आने दीजिए, whatever dollars में आने दीजिए, pounds में आने दीजिए, GST is payable because
Agreed.
the supply happens in India. One more sheet has come to you, has come to me. Again, I think this is all same.
Right.
That is
In
same,
case,
sir.
please,
That is same.
same. है
Sir,
ना?
one question is added
Don't get
with the
that,
example.
नहीं है सब इसमें भी important, sir. If you allow me, is RCM applicable on procuring services from unregistered hotels, unregistered tourist transporters, unregistered guides, unregistered tour operators, etc.? You are talking about 9(4) section, जो limited time के लिए था, sir. It was till 12th October 2017 only. तो उसके बाद आरसीएम आप अनरजिस्टर्ड से लीजिए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, कोई उसको आप में जीएसटी नहीं लगता है. Only in the matter of goods, when you buy from unregistered scrap, you may not be having interest, but I am telling you for academic interest. If you buy scrap from unregistered dealers, you have to make e-way bill. You need not pay. So in this case, the answer is an emphatic no. As far as now, only one service comes under that clause. No other service which you have mentioned, hotel, tourist transporter, unregistered guides, unregistered tour operators, बिल्कुल आपको आरसीएम भरने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई कॉस्ट लग नहीं रहा है आपको. In case of providing tour package services to a foreigner tourist covering West Bengal and Assam, this tourist has no address in India. When there is no address in India, the supplier's registration where it is there, that becomes, so since wherever he starts, your business is located in West Bengal, so you will pay West Bengal GST plus CGST 5%, without ITC 18% if you want to avail ITC. So this was two questions which were important. Can a tour operator claim ITC input on tourist car? And the answer is an emphatic no. Now we can take up impromptu questions, or if you're not satisfied with the answers that we both have given to you, so on that we can start afresh, or if there are any impromptu questions, we are more than willing to answer, having a cup of tea.
Please, sir.
Tell-
So we'll
tell me,
just
tell
see in the chat box if somebody's put some questions. There are many questions.
So there are two persons who have raised their hand. Can I just unmute them?
Please, please.
Yeah,
Go
Mr.
on.
Mehta. Mr. Mehta, can you put forward your question? Please unmute yourselves. Mr. Abhijit Khadilkar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening, sir. And
Evening,
thank you
good
for a
evening.
lot of information. I have few questions. That is two, three questions asked by some fellow travel agent. I am a part of ITA. The
Okay.
first thing, I like to know whether the GST department provide any booklet or any information regarding how to charge the GST and how to make the compliances. That is the first question. The second question is because particularly this question related to the SAC and HSN code, because there are a lot of confusion for that. The another question was asked by one of our member that scrutiny regarding this, if any scrutiny received by the GST department, what are the minimum years? से पहले इसके सर्विस टैक्स के लिए 5 साल था, तो इसके लिए कितना ये है? Because many of members was not operating in the period of COVID 2 years, particularly 2021 and 21-22. So they said ki we don't have any business. So can we get any notice because of it? Because our business was not zero business. So we have not filed any means zero GST we are filed. So that is the second question. And the third question,
Yeah, let me come one by one. What was your first question, sir?
any booklet or any
See,
information
initially,
given?
when GST was introduced, there was something called flyers. So you can go to the GST portal or the CBIC portal, and when you mark GST, there it will be flyers and frequently asked questions will be there. As far as HSN and SEC codes, there is a this one by taxman tariff, by taxman or RK Jain, who is the best. In that detailed with explanations, it is there. So department per se may not be of help to you because they won't get into classifications and that. But then there is a authority. If you are having any doubt as far as your rate of tax or your classification, you can go to the advance authority by paying 5 CGST and 5,000 SGST, and they will answer to your reply within 3 months after taking the department's view also. A state officer to the rank of additional commissioner and a central officer to the rank of the additional commissioner sits on that, and within 3 months, without delay, they give you a ruling that is applicable, not generic, only to your particular agency. So that can be done if you are too many confused. Otherwise, if tariff mein jayenge, the books that I recommend, you will easily know which is the classification for you. Very neatly it is given. Just as I said कि आपका starting question में मैं बोला नहीं ये इधर आता है उधर आता ही नहीं है, तो वैसा management event services you have to go to that chapter I said, तो वैसा आपको मिल जाएगा. There is no confusion in that. Secondly आपका है कि scrutiny वगैरह का है सर. देखिए कोविड टाइम में अगर नोटिस आई है तो इसका मतलब ऐसी let people be aware that nowadays technology plays a very big role in checking tax evasion. आप इनकम टैक्स में कुछ भरते हो, जीएसटी में कुछ भरते हो, इनकम टैक्स में ही आजकल आ गया है नीचे, आपको मंथली आपको देना है, एंड डिफरेंस है तो वहां एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. अगर आप डिफरेंस है तो डेफिनेटली स्क्रूटिनी पिकअप करेगा बिकॉज इट इज शेयर्ड बाय ऑल दीज एजेंसीज. We have come across so many cases. I am sure none of you must be there like this. बैंक लोन उनका चलता है, तो बैंक लोन चलता है, कोविड में बिजनेस नहीं था, तो वो लोग ने एक बैलेंस शीट में दिखा दिया मेरा इतना इनकम है करके, और जीएसटी में नील रिटर्न दिखा दिया, तो ऑब्वियसली स्क्रूटिनी आएगा ना सर, क्योंकि स्क्रूटिनी इज नॉट डन, assessment is not done by the officer, it is done by the system which triggers कि इसका something is mismatch, आप पूछिए. तो इसीलिए ऐसा संभव ही नहीं है कि नोटिस अननेसेसरी आया हो. अगर आपका बिजनेस भी जीरो है, आपका बैलेंस शीट विल प्रूव कि मेरा जीरो है, then if it comes as a case of harassment, so then if there are too many notices, you have to go as a forum to the department and say that this is nothing but harassment. If it is a one-to-one case, mismatch होगा नहीं, लेकिन कभी ट्रिगर हुआ रहेगा. Technology is not perfect. It appears to be perfect, but it is not perfect. So कभी कभी ऐसा होता है तो you can explain to the officer, देखिए आजकल scrutiny है तो क्या हो गया. It doesn't mean he can pass an order. He has to give you a DRC 1A first. Then he will give you time to respond to that. Then if he is not satisfied, he will give you a DRC 1. Again, he will give you 30 days to respond or additional time. Then only the order DRC 7 comes. इसीलिए आपको काफी टाइम मिलेगा सब. I understand that it takes toll on your time and efforts, but मेरे हिसाब से डिपार्टमेंट ऐसा नोटिसेस as far as turnover is concerned नहीं करेगी, which I am sure you can go to your second question, or if you have a third question, or if you have any queries
third
on this.
question.
Yes.
For that, you had already answered. One person asked the same question was with me regarding this tour. We are charging 5% and air 18%. So there are lots of questions are there which is similar. And as you told that fellow, okay, you send me, so I will think over it. So can ITA also send you few questions? Because there are lots of similar question and little confusions are there.
You can send it to me through IMC, of course.
Yeah, sure. Through IMC only.
Through IMC, you send it to me, they will send it to me, and I will answer it back to them. They will send it back to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
Mohit
Yeah,
Khatri
next,
question.
Mr. Mohit Khatri.
बताइए जनाब, बोलिए.
Hi, this is Pallavi here, calling on his behalf. Now, we are ETA members and we do complete packages for our clients, which include flight booking, hotels, transports, everything. Now, or either we do it directly or we do it through some DMC. DMC, we say through some other agent, right? Now, the invoices that they share is in my company's name. Whether it is for the hotel or it is for the transport or it is a consolidated package, it is in my company's name. Now, and they apply a GST of 5%. Now, when I am charging my client, I do a markup, and on that markup, I do 18% of GST as a taxation on markup only. Now, my question is this: since the invoices that my DMC is charging is giving to me is in my name, in my company's name, am I eligible for inward in this case also?
नहीं, markup on what? Markup on tour packages.
Yes.
But that system, where is it allowed? Tour packages में markup? It's on entire value 18%. Where is it said tour में on markup only?
No, like you were saying that there are three ways by which we can do. Either we do 5% on total package.
Here you are not a pure agent, madam. There is no contract between you and that agent. For pure agent works only in case of say airlines or hotels. आप बोलते हैं होटल को मैं 300 रूम बुकिंग्स देता हूँ and this will be a special rate. ऐसा होता है तो then that is or in a case of a रेल टिकट का तो आप प्योर एजेंट करके ही देते हैं ना, आप अपने इसमें कमीशन चार्ज करते हैं. टूर पैकेजेस में the third is available only if there is a pure agent basis, I said.
No, what she is doing, as far as I understood, is that she is a tour operator. And then instead of she doing everything on her own, she is giving it to somebody else. And that somebody else is charging 5%. And then when she is billing to her client, she is there to 5%, she is billing at 18%. तो ये 5% जो ये भर रही है as an input service, whether that is available to her as credit, वो पूछ रही है.
Is that your question, ma'am?
Kind of yes. The only difference I'll say कि as a tour operator मैं DMC से लेकर अपने client को दे रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं अपना जो commission लगा रही हूँ, because मैं
Profit,
अपने
you should say
profit के
profit.
साथ में मैं अपने client को मैं profit add करके client से आगे charge कर रही हूँ, तो उस profit के ऊपर ही मैं 18% charge कर रही हूँ. तो in that case, is there any inward anywhere concept है उसमें या नहीं ले सकते हैं उसमें?
In that case, we will not call you a tour operator at all, ma'am. You are simple a commission agent.
Yes,
Right.
You are giving a support service.
yes.
In that, you are not a tour package, because tour package, I said, there are only two ways, 5 and 18%. And acts as a pure agent. When you are a pure agent, you become an intermediary. The airline appoints you as an agent, or a hotel appoints you. So you are just facilitating. There it is. So in your case, suppose ठीक है, तो 18% बोल रहे हैं, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, आपको ITC मिलेगा. Now what the place of supply has to be very important.
Okay.
5% आपका जो tour package है,
Mm-hmm.
even if he charges IGST, you will not get credit of that.
Right.
Second, बाकी क्या आपने बोला?
See, जैसे international packages हम कोई भी कर रहे हैं, I'm doing any international packages, and I'm taking the hotels, the transport from any other company, any DMC, which I'm taking, and they are charging me 5% of GST. So in
नहीं, ठीक है, I understood. Now I got it. Hotels also are billing you. You're going. Now, how is your bill? Bill आप कैसे charge करते हैं? आप क्या क्या
so
charge
bill
करते
I
हैं?
charge it like
अलग
this,
अलग?
like नहीं, flight का अलग होता है, बाकी hotels हैं, transport हैं, activities हैं, इनका consolidate करके, then I put my profit margin और उसके ऊपर 18% लग जाता है.
नहीं, suppose let us have a actual example. Let us say that 2 lakh is you have said the client 2 lakhs आपको लगेगा, right?
Right.
ये this is inclusive of my markup. Please,
Right.
you can interrupt if I was wrong. उसमें आपको लगता है कि 80%, 80,000 टिकट का है,
Right.
to and fro इंटरनेशनल टूर का है,
Right.
and then you are saying overseas hotels का समझिए 40,000 है.
Right.
Okay, sightseeing entrance fees is again 40,000.
Right.
Entrance fees to monuments and all.
Right.
Travel internal is 10,000.
Right.
So this is 120, 160, 170 हो गया, ठीक है. और आप meals एक 20,000.
Right.
If the
Now
package is
10,000 is the profit part, for
10,000
example.
is your markup. So now
Right.
your bill is what? You tell me how the bill you show in your invoice, because you have to show everything on your invoice. Now tell me, what do you show in your bill? Air ticket?
So in the bill, I'll show airline flight ticket this much. For the rest, tour packages including hotels, sightseeing, tickets, meals. This is the total amount. Now comes the total, and then this is the profit service charge, and then this is the total amount.
So I assume your bill says 80,000 for Lufthansa Air,
Right.
okay? And 1,10,000 is the cost of organizing the tour, which includes sightseeing stay, and
Right.
10,000 is my markup. Is this
Right.
your reply?
Yes.
If you are a tour operator, आपको split कर ही नहीं सकते हो, आपको 2 लाख पे भरना है मैडम.
2 लाख पे भर रही है वो.
नहीं ना.
नहीं, she's paying. She's asking whether she will get the ITC of 5%.
She is paying on 10,000. Is it not, or are you paying at least on 1,20,000?
10,000.
So I'd like to interpret here, madam. Basically, you have to add your profit and pay 5% on the entire amount. You cannot bifurcate because you are not a pure agent. You are not an intermediary, and you cannot be intermediary because you are just facilitating this facility. But it should be on the entire amount 5%. There is no possibility of putting 18% on a service fee.
Okay. What you can do, madam? Tell the client to pay directly to all these people.
Okay.
आप कहीं से purchase कर रहे हो?
Right.
Say अगर tourist to Sri-Lanka, तो Colombo Airways को आपने दे दिया. Tell him आप purchase यही price मेरे को दिख रहा है band में, आप purchase कर लो.
और just
Okay.
facilitation के बस में 10,000 का ही invoice बना के दो.
Only 10,000 का आपको invoice facilitation fees. There you are not a tour operator.
Okay.
जो मैडम जो तकलीफ देता है, माने जो टूर जाते हैं ना मैडम, वो ऐसा अलाउ ही नहीं करेंगे. बोलेंगे अरे यार इसीलिए आपके पास आ रहे हैं ना, आप सब फैसिलिटेट करो, मैं दे रहा हूँ ना आपको 2 लाख रुपए. एक प्राइस बताइए मेरे को. 80,000 आप बोल रहे हैं, आपको 85,000 सर्च प्राइसिंग हुआ तो क्या? तो इसीलिए देखो
डायरेक्टली टोटल पे 5% लगा ले, that's it.
Yes, if you don't want ITC, yes. If you want ITC 18% है, which nobody is doing, I am sure. Unless you are selling packages to corporates, then fine. They can take, if because it is in the course of their business, they may agree to 18%. Otherwise, any individual, any partnership firm will say
Don't do more than 5%.
Sir, majority of the agents are practicing this. They are charging 5% on the entire amount. So I don't think so. There should be much confusion in this. This system is not followed.
Yes, yes, yes. All Veena World होने दो, केसरी होने दो, अभी तक जो भी टूर्स गया हूँ 5% ही लगा रहे हैं after GST. They are taking 5% on the entire. They don't even leave any cost. They everything whatever they are charging on that last price they are charging 5%.
Sir, there was a question. And sir, there was a question for the hotel booking. I'll just give an example. If agent from Pune, he booked the hotel in Mumbai, same state. Okay. He paid 18% GST. The hotel charge him 18% GST. I'm audible.
5-star.
Okay. Now he got a bill of 8,000 rupees. Now he again mark up 1,000 rupees as his service charge. Okay. And to the client, he charged the entire 18%, right from the hotel as well as on the service on his service fee. In that case, can he take a ITC from the same state?
Same state, definitely he can take. There is no bar on hotel accommodation. It is in the course of his business. He is a tour operator. If the tour operator includes accommodation, food, water, sightseeing and all. So it's in the same state. So उसका 8A जो डाउनलोड करेगा उसमें वो ये नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर क्रेडिट करके आएगा भी नहीं, यस में ही आएगा, यस करके दिखाएगा वो लास्ट का सेकंड लास्ट कॉलम में. सो देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. सेम स्टेट whatever is महाराष्ट्र में C+S का जो भी है, unless it is inadmissible by going to section 17 अगर है तो आप ले सकते हैं if you are paying 18%.
So he has to pay 18% on an entire bill, right? From the service charge as well as from hotel.
See, pure agent कब होगा? Suppose Taj has appointed agents. Taj Kolaba has appointed me as an agent and said you can sell on my behalf. Then in that case only on 1000 पे 18 भरेगा तो भी चलेगा. He will not take that credit because वो client के नाम पे बुकिंग बिल आएगा. इसके नाम पे है तो ये पैकेज ही बेच रहा है, इसीलिए इसको क्रेडिट भी मिलेगी लेकिन 18 भरना पड़ेगा. वॉट एवर मार्कअप इट्स है, लॉस में भी बेचेगा, हमको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
Okay.
No
Now
questions
the
will be asked.
now second additional question. In this scenario, is the hotel supposed to raise a bill on a client's name or on the agent's name?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं. ऐसे somebody has questioned that the hotels generally do not do it, but then if you insist, probably see certain trade practices I cannot comment upon, sir, because I do not know, because it is not mandatory. The act does not mandatory. He has to give a tax invoice to the recipient. Now the recipient is the individual. Anand is taking from, say, Kaustubh Gokhale, who is sitting before me. तो ये एजेंट साहब हैं, इनसे ले रहा हूं. ताज बोलेगी नहीं साहब आपका जीएसटी दे दीजिए, वो B2C होगा B2B होगा, हमको पता नहीं. आई डोंट वांट दैट झंझट. यू टेक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, यू आर माय एजेंट, आई विल गिव यू द बिल, you charge him. Otherwise, so for him he will say you are my recipient. That ultimate service provider, service taker is not my recipient. I am supplying the service to you, you are supplying the service to him. तो इसीलिए if the hotel denies or are reluctant, the act does not mandate anything. It just says to the recipient, the name of the recipient should be in the tax invoice. Now tax recipient कौन है? One who actually receives the service, और जो बीच में intermediate principal agent इसी के लिए बनाया ना सर. ये principal agent में agent works on behalf of the principal. तो इसीलिए उनके नाम पे ही जनरली आएगा मेरे हिसाब से. बट आई डोंट नो आपका ट्रेड क्या करता है, बताइए सर.
So next question, anybody else?
Miss Rani Verma. Please
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for this brief explanation on GST. It was really helpful. I just want to highlight two things. I do follow the 5% GST on the total tour package, so I am in line with it. My question here is that just now I got little bit confused in the fact that suppose if I'm getting a better price through a different tour operator, like a DMC or somebody, let's say I'm taking a package from a DMC in Rajasthan for my client, and I am not doing separate hotel booking or separate vehicle booking. I'm taking from him because the price is better than what I would have offered him. Now when that agent is charging me 5% already. Let's say the package cost is 50,000. He's charging me 5% in it included, everything 50,000. And then I charge, let's say 5,000 as my margin. So now I would take 5% on 5,000 or 18% because already there's a 5% on 50,000 included.
You will charge on the 55,000, you will charge 5%, but you are allowed to take ITC because it is in the same line of business. He will give you, or he or she will give you an invoice of 99.85 supply of tour operator services. So you will also charge your supply of tour package. So same line of business. So you can adjust that. खाली आपको net effect 5,000 पे आपको 5% ही भरना है, 18 नहीं भरना है मैडम. Only when you buy the same line of business, I said 5% में आप क्रेडिट ले सकते हैं. नहीं तो दूसरा किसी का भी आप क्रेडिट नहीं ले सकते.
Okay, suppose if I don't want a credit, then
बीच में मैंने इंटरव्यू करके यही बोला कि सरकार एक सुविधा देती है. आप लेंगे या नहीं लेंगे वो आप पे निर्भर है। मैं अगर सीनियर सिटीजन हूं और एनएमएमसी में फ्री बस में मुझे जाने की सुविधा है, वो लेना न लेना मेरे ऊपर है। कल मैं एलिज नहीं कर सकता हूं कि आपने मुझे नहीं लेने दिया, आपने तो मेरे को पास इश्यू कर दिया, मैंने। सिमिलरली आईटीसी इज अ बर्थ राइट ऑफ आउटर टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज, ओनली सेक्शन 16 एंड 17 ध्यान रखें। तो अगर एलिजिबल क्रेडिट है तो आपको लेना नहीं है, तो कॉस्ट ऑफ द कंपनी, सो हाउ योर प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज विल हैपन इन योर प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, आई डोंट नो, बिकॉज द एंटायर थिंग 5,000 का अगर परचेज है उसमें 5% है तो 5,250 आपका कॉस्ट हो गया, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट टेकिंग 250 एज द क्रेडिट। आप सामने वाले को चार्ज करें तो बेचारा वो कंज्यूमर को 5,250 पे आपने 1,000 रुपया मार्कअप किया तो 6,250 में आप 5% भरेंगे, तो उसको उतना लॉस हो गया अल्टीमेट कंज्यूमर को। इसीलिए आईटीसी कोई नहीं है कि आपको लेना ही है, कई कई सिचुएशंस में आपको लेना नहीं है, वो तो मैंने बता दिया। अदरवाइज आईटीसी आई विल से हक है आपका लेना, because that is the main purpose GST was it bought in the erstwhile regime you were in the service tax ब्लॉक होती थी, कैस्केडिंग टैक्स इफेक्ट होता था। अभी सीमलेस हो गया है, एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक क्रेडिट जो चल रहा है वो भी धीरे धीरे वो भी सुलझा जाएगा, थोड़ा बहुत को रिलीज कर देंगे। लेकिन आईटीसी लेना नहीं है लेना आपके ऊपर है, हाउ योर कंसल्टेंट एडवाइजेस यू, या क्यों नहीं लेना चाहते हैं ये तो मुझे भली बात ही समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि क्यों नहीं लेना चाहते हैं आप, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा हाँ
Actually,
बताइए।
so sorry to intervene. What happened is last year, my business is just 2.5 years old right now,
हम्म,
travel industry mein. And till last year, somebody had told me, another CA who's not my CA now, he had told me that either you can go for a ITC claim option where you charge 18% on everything, or you do not go for it and charge only 5%. That is why I'm following that regime where I
he
want to take
is
5%.
correct, he is correct, but somewhere down the line government felt कि भाई टूर ऑपरेटर क्लाइंट नहीं छोड़ने के लिए दूसरे से परचेस करता है तो सेम लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस का 5% ले सकते थे। शायद आपका क्या सीए को मालूम नहीं है कि आप दूसरे से टूर पैकेज परचेस करते हैं, इसको आपको उसको लग रहा था कि आप ही अरेंज करते हैं होटल वगैरह, इसीलिए, नहीं तो नो कंसल्टेंट वुड हैव सेड लाइक दैट। डेफिनेटली सेम लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस है, बाकी आपने नहीं लिया वो सरकार कुछ उस पर टिप्पणी नहीं देगी ना, ना मैं दूंगा।
Okay, and just second question, if I do standalone hotel, standalone visa, standalone just vehicle, in such cases, and standalone flight, in such cases, I have to charge only 5% on my margin, right? Because I'm just paying, let's say 50,000 ka airfare hai, I'm paying it to airline or to the vendor, or let's say I'm paying 10,000 to the hotel. So I then make an invoice of this amount and margin or whatever service charge of 1,000 rupees and 18% on it or 5% on it.
Yes, yes. I hope it is you are talking of different clients, right? Same
Different
client को
client,
चार invoice तो नहीं काटनी ना।
different client.
डिफरेंट क्लाइंट्स को एक को खाली आपने होटल ये कर दिया, हाँ ठीक है ना मैडम, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम। ये और क्लियरली एन इंटरमीडिएरी इन दैट प्योर एजेंट है, उसमें आपका मार्जिन पे आप ले सकते हैं, कोई क्रेडिट नहीं मिलेगा। अगर 5% है तो 18 है तो ये क्वेश्चन आएगी ही नहीं है।
Okay.
Next question, Mr. Sora, can you unmute yourselves? Yeah.
Good evening, sir. My question is regarding the hotel bookings. We are acting as a pure agent. Suppose the hotel is providing the amount of 1,000 rupees. We are charging a service fee of 100 rupees, and we are taking 18% GST on the service charge. And yet the hotel is raising the bill in the name of the guest. No issue, it is perfect fine. But many hotels are there, they are reluctant to issue the bill in the name of the guest. They insist that we will issue the bill in the name of the travel agent only. In that case, I can do the same transaction like 100 rupees service charge and 18 rupees GST on 100 rupees.
Yeah, absolutely you can do, but in that invoice you should show the value of the hotel plus GST charge.
Yeah, we
और
are showing
उतना
separately. Yeah.
you should remit it back. That is very important. वो होटल को
Yeah,
उतना
yeah.
देना है, आप 10,000 प्लस सपोज इट्स अ 5 स्टार 18% GST है, 11,800 है, और आप उसमें भी डिस्काउंट करके 9,000 दिया, तो 2,800 पे भी आपको भरना है. ये ध्यान रखें. प्योर एजेंट मीन्स पैसा टू पैसा. You don't
Okay,
charge
I
any
got it, sir. I got it.
profit on that part. Your markup is already there. You are saying कि मैं 10% of the hotel, whatever condition, I am just saying एक situation. मैं client को होटल बुकिंग करके दूंगा, आप होटल में कोई जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, मेरे पास rooms पड़े हैं, because I am a big agency, they have committed 100 rooms in a year, so I get it at this price. So are you willing to do it? She says, okay. Then what is your charge? You will say, I charge 20% in peak season, 10% in off season. Is it agreed? Peak season में चाहिए तो मैं 8,000 का मैं 20% एक्स्ट्रा लूंगा, 1,600 रुपया मैं ज्यादा लूंगा. ठीक है, तो आपको आपके इनवॉइस में 8,000 प्लस 18% या 12%, आई
Okay,
डोंट
sir.
नो, आई थिंक 7.5 के ऊपर 18 है, 18% आपको चार्ज करना है. दैट विल बी एज अ प्योर एजेंट. उसका भी पैसा आपको पार्टी देगी. और ये जो मार्कअप है 18%, जो 2,000 रुपया आप चार्ज कर रहे हैं, 1,600 चार्ज करते हैं, उसका ऊपर 18%, इतना आपको पेमेंट आना चाहिए. एंड ऑटोमेटिकली यू शुड हैव रेमिटेड बैक दैट टू द होटल.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we are
And
showing
you
all
can't
the
take
transactions
credit of that.
separately.
1,800 रुपया का क्रेडिट भी आप नहीं ले सकते हो.
No, I know, I can't take it.
Yes.
तब तो मेरे को फायदा हो जाएगा, सर. बैठे बैठे कमाई हो जाएगी.
वो तो इसलिए ना, वो इसीलिए ऑडिटर्स बैठे हैं. ये
हाँ,
बोलती है.
sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Miss Sangram BSTT. Please unmute yourselves. Sangram BSTT. Please unmute.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Please ask your question.
Yes. I am getting an air ticket issued from an agent for another agent. And the vendor provides
Sir, you are not audible clearly. Please check your mic, please. I'll just ask the question to the other person. Mr. Ashok Lalchand. Please unmute yourselves.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Sir, I have three questions. First question, which was basically unanswered that time. How many years we should save our records and books for scrutiny purpose?
Hello, sir, you're mute. 1 minute. You have gone mute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Hello? Yes, sir, please. Hello?
The question you said was how many years the financial record should be maintained. Well, this question was not asked previously, so I am answering it. 6 financial years from the date of the annual return of that particular year. So suppose 2017-18 में आई है GST, उसका annual return 2020 तक extend किया. Forget it. So वो तो unnatural causes है. Suppose 2023-24 का the annual return was to be filed by the 31st of December of the following year, or hello.
Yes, sir,
So,
I'm able to hear.
particular date of annual return था, वहां से 6 financial years आपको रखना है सर. So 2023-24 गया, तो उसके बाद 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29, 30 तक आपको बहुत खूबी तरीके से इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म और इन मैनुअल फॉर्म आपको लेना है. गवर्नमेंट आपसे मांग सकती है वो रिकॉर्ड्स असेसमेंट के लिए.
Okay, thank you. Second question, sir. In pure agency business of air ticketing, we get target incentives, plus we get ancillary service payments, plus we charge service fee also. So on all three services, we should pay 18% markup on whatever amount and all that 18%.
No, but the target incentives is given by the airline to you. Why
Yes.
will you charge a client that?
We are not charging, but we are earning money.
See, yeah, you are earning money, and you don't know at the end of the year, suppose the target is 1,000 clients now. तो
Yes.
आपने 1000 client, तो client को तो आप जो है वही चार्ज करेंगे. Now you are talking of the money you receive from them, right?
Yeah. Yes.
They will एक तो ऐसा रिवर्स में करेंगे वो लोग 18%, suppose 1000 rupees is a target incentive, they
Yes.
will divide it by 118 and tell you to make an invoice accordingly. So 1000 ही आपको मिलेगा, लेकिन उसमें 18% आपको GST भरना है.
ओके, सो एक टिकट के ऊपर हाँ, एक टिकट
या
के ऊपर
फिर वो
मल्टीपल सर्विस
18
रहेंगे तो भी
मिलेगा तो,
सर्विस,
हाँ सर,
एक टिकट के ऊपर मल्टीपल इनकम है तो भी जीएसटी भरना है.
मल्टीपल इनकम है, ये सब इंसेंटिव है ना सर.
हाँ,
ये आपको व्हाट डू दे डू, दे गिव यू क्रेडिट नोट, व्हाट डू दे डू?
they give credit note, sometimes they give basically transfer to our account also by way of remittance.
By way of money.
In our account they transfer.
Yes. So when they pay you by money,
Yes.
though it's a transaction of money, it is a supply of a service where you have said that मैं इतना clients आपको लाके दूंगा, तो यदि मैं लाके देता हूं तो ये है. So it is an additional payment to you over
Okay.
and above the commission that they give you. So उसमें तो लगेगा ही लगेगा. अगर रनिंग अकाउंट है और वो लोग क्रेडिट नोट देते हैं, तो वो लोग कमर्शियल क्रेडिट नोट दे रहे हैं या विद जीएसटी क्रेडिट नोट दे रहे हैं.
अच्छा, ये कभी क्वेश्चन हुआ ही नहीं.
तो इसीलिए सेफ्टी सर आप भर दीजिए,
अच्छा,
और यदि कोई रूलिंग मिला तो आप 2 साल में रिफंड ले लीजिए, नो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट चार्जिंग एनीबॉडी, नो.
no,
तो
no.
लेकिन
We
सेफ्टी
are
के
paying
लिए
from our pocket. Our income we are deducting, we are paying from our income.
तो एंड मोस्टली आप अगर 1000 रुपीज कर रहे हैं तो आप इंक्लूसिव ऑफ जीएसटी बताएं इनकम में, GSTR1 में, और बाकी का आप 18% भर दीजिए. यू गॉट इट? इंक्लूसिव.
Yes, yes, yes.
इंक्लूसिव आपको 1000 पे 18 भरने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप समझिए कि 18 इज विद जीएसटी आपको मिला है.
Basically, उसमें सब included है. We have to pay from one. And last question, which most of the corporate they ask us, how do we answer them? Though we on airline ticket, the airline is charging GST 5% on economy class, and on business class 12%.
Well, they are charging.
So then why should we pay you the GST extra?
You are giving them only tickets.
Yeah, I'm giving them only ticket, and this is most of the question asked by the corporate clients. We charge the service fee.
So you are charging service fee, no sir?
Yes.
Simple. Where is the query? The query should not emanate from their end at all.
No, that
That
most of the corporate they
only-
ask this question. So how do we answer this? That's my help from you.
They know that you get a commission. Okay. So
हाँ.
they are saying कि आपको तो कमीशन मिलता है, हमारे से क्या लेने का.
हाँ.
बट कौन बिजनेस करेगा? बीच में काय को आएंगे आप?
हाँ,
आप
वो
उन्हीं
तो है.
को, they have to buy their tickets because they don't want to झंझट. आप अपफ्रंट आप पैसा भरेंगे या बाद में उनसे लेंगे, थोड़ा क्रेडिट लाइन दे सकते हैं. आई डोंट नो द ट्रेड हाउ इट वर्क्स. आप क्रेडिट लाइन देंगे, उसके साथ दिवाली में आके मिलेंगे, उनको एक हैम्पर मिलेगा, वो सब उसी के लिए तो ये सब है सर. तो सर्विस फी में अगर 18 भर रहे हैं, इवन दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मे बी दे विल से आप 18 इंक्लूसिव करो, हमारे से इतना 300 रुपया ही ले लो या 800 रुपया ले लो, but make it inclusive of GST, they can tell. But why you have to just say
their point of argument is one ticket and why we are paying double twice. That's
ठीक
why.
है. Are they don't have any objection to pay the service fee?
They don't have any objection. They have
don't
objection
have
on GST.
Once the service fee is paid, it is for a service.
Okay, understood.
You're not an airline fellow. You are paying service for all this jhanjat that you are going.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's a service, and when there is a supply,
Yes.
it is a taxable supply, and taxable supply is adequately SSC उसका आता है. आपको वही बोलना है.
Though we give them basically this that ticket and good.
सर्विस फी को ही वो लोग ऑब्जेक्ट करते हैं, तो आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड.
The service fee को तो वो तो अलग सब्जेक्ट है ना.
आप 18% अंदर इंक्लूसिव करके दे दीजिए ना, उतना तो बेनिफिट दे दीजिए इफ योर प्रॉफिट्स आर देयर.
ठीक है, thank you sir, thank you very much for your time and patience.
Thank you.
Sir, we have crossed the time, this thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the paucity of time, IMC team will take your questions offline, or you send the mails to our IMC team, and the same will be sent to the speaker and the clarifications would be provided in the due course. Thank you very much. And may I request Mr. Prasad Sheth, Vice Chairman, Enterprising Travel Agents Association, ETAA, Western India Chapter, to kindly present the vote of thanks for such a wonderful interactive session. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Prasad ji, can I interrupt?
Yes, sir.
I want a honest feedback. A formal vote of thanks. वो तो होता रहता है, मैं भी कई जगह दे रहा हूँ. I want a honest feedback कि कैसा रहा session, was it informative? फिर आप go proceed please.
So I'll start with the feedback only. We had a wonderful interaction, and last 2 hours we are onto it. Too many questions come up. Some might be repetitive, but you have put definitely a good light on our understanding in the entire concept. And any queries coming further also, we definitely will send you a mail. But it was a very good session. It has clarified most of the queries, and we really thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you so much. So I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you guys for organizing IMC first of all, and Anand sir, definitely you had given us a beautiful input, and really I thank you for having this session and allowing us to interact with you. That is a really good thing. That is the first time we are interacting one to one. Most of the times the chartered accountant comes, the consultant comes, they give us one-way lectures, they answer queries, but we are always in a question mark key. What is the department thinking? This is the first time where the department guy is speaking, so we are really happy about it. I would move on. I thank the IMC and Ms. Vanita also, and definitely Sir Kharkilkar who had joined in the earliest part of it. We are really grateful for allowing us this platform, first of all. I would like to thank our HO, Dharmesh Advani, Abhijit Kharkilkar, Dipti, and our chairman, Mr. Jagat Mehta. I would again thank my team from Pune. Santosh is there, Santosh Kavle. I would like to thank our present chairman, Mr. Jeevan Hendre, Dushyant, Deshpande sir. All these have helped to form these queries. Special thank to Ashok Lajnani sir who was asking questions. We had a good session before we talked to you and sent the questions. To form these questions and ask the right questions to make the session more interesting. It was really great of him to help us also. And other people from the industry also joined in for the meeting that day to form these questions. We received many questions from the other sections of Pan India also, which we could form these questions. I would like to thank the audience who have joined in and they have asked very good questions again. And they are satisfied with your answers. I hope they definitely are. I'm sure of it that they're really satisfied with all the questions they have answered. So once again, I thank everybody for joining this session. Anand sir, definitely it was a pleasure being with you and we are thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.